Right now. Hey guys, welcome in. For everybody tuning in on the YouTube stream, thanks for being here. We're live for the 139th episode of One Liberal versus 100 Trump supporters. If you don't know what we do here and you're new, we basically spend 4 hours every day debating Trump supporters on just about everything that there is to debate in American politics. For a lot of people, it can be entertaining, but I mean, there's also a lot of education that goes on here. We learn more about what's true, what's false, and what the conflicting views are in American politics. We already have our very first Trump supporter up of the day. Their name is OVO. They're calling themselves, quote unquote, hard right MAGA. So I guess we're about to figure out what that means. Take it away, OVO. I'm going to let you have the mic here. Once again, the prompt on the top of the phone screen is, how do you still support Trump? So if you want to start there by telling us why you support the commander-in-chief, that would be awesome. Take it away.
Because he's the greatest president of all time.
Okay, well, that's definitely quite a claim to start the stream with. I mean, I feel like that's like just completely indefensible. I don't want to just start like rambling off like a bunch of reasons why he's like one of the worst presidents of all time. How about we start with the question, why do you think he's the best president of all time? That would mean that he definitely has some like great policy, you know, better than the agenda of like Lincoln and ending slavery. So what is like the best policy?
47?
I've read a lot of it, yeah. But what is like the best policies ever passed or wants to pass?
What is his best policies?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he's getting our homeless veterans off the street. Do you support that?
Yeah, I support getting homeless vets off the street. But if you take a look at the executive order that he passed to get it done, I think it totals to like unironically, it totals to 5,000 homeless vets off the street in 2 or 3 years. So that's like very marginal. I mean, he's going to put more people on the streets with his cuts to SNAP, his cuts to Medicaid.
That's misinformation.
It's misinformation that he's cutting SNAP?
No, I said something about homeless veterans. You went to SNAP. What are you talking about?
So what was misinformation?
He's getting homeless veterans off the street. You went to SNAP? What are you talking about?
No, I addressed that first. If you read the executive order that he set forth to get homeless vets off the street, because that was something that he passed, it requires like agencies to strive to meet the goal of getting 5,000 homeless vets off the streets in the next 3 years.
And you know he's building more for them, right?
What is he building?
But let's talk about. So you want to come up here and you want to bash your commander in chief? What did Joe Biden do for us?
You don't want to finish the conversation about how you said he's getting homeless vets off the streets?
Is he not? Yes or no?
He's only getting a very few homeless vets off the streets with a very low goal over the course of the next like a couple of years. He's going to put more people on the streets than he's taking homeless vets off with his cuts to SNAP, Medicaid, energy, etc.
Yep. And he's sealing your border. Is your border not closed?
We could talk about the border after we finish talking about the whole homeless thing. Like what you just wanted to say that? You didn't want to debate about it?
Man, fucking people like you, dude.
Okay, fine. We'll move on. Well, dude, listen, I don't want you to leave. We'll move on. What do you want to talk about?
How can you sit here and still be a Democrat?
Yeah, for sure. It's because the Republicans are literally supporting protecting P3DOs. That's a really good starter.
What are you talking about?
Oh, don't worry. I'll tell you. Yeah. So he
Yeah,
ran on
please
the
tell me.
he ran on
Please
the
tell me how people like me are doing that. Please enlighten.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. The Trump admin literally granted limited immunity to a known P3DO and child trafficker, Ghislaine Maxwell. Yeah, and he ran on the promise of releasing the Epstein files, and he's now said that we just need to stop talking about Epstein, and the files are all just a Democrat hoax faked by Obama. And he directed the FBI to like flag any parts of the files where it like mentions him or his name, and he lied to a journalist on July 15th when he told him that he didn't know or if
Did he
part
ever
of the files
go?
or not.
Did he ever
But
go to the
now we're learning
island?
from the.
Did he ever go to the island?
But now we're learning from the DOJ.
Did he ever go to the
But
island?
now we're learning from the DOJ that
He didn't go to the island, though, did he?
How do we know?
Because he fucking said he did. He was friends with him, and he cut ties many years ago. He never went to the island. Yes
Okay.
or no?
So your source for the claim that he's never been on the island is the fact that he said he's never been on the island. Okay, well, that's not a reliable source because he lies.
What proof do you have he's on the he went to the island? What proof do you have?
Now you're shifting the goalposts away from my original argument.
I'm not here to fucking argue with you, ding dong.
Like, you're not here to like listen to what somebody on the other side of the aisle has to say.
No,
so
I'm
you
here
just
to
wanna
listen
exist
to
in
you. I'm
an
not here
echo
to
chamber?
argue with you.
We're here.
I'm
to
not
debate.
here to argue with you.
How about? Well, I know. I said my argument. Okay, just because I'm giving you an argument doesn't necessarily mean that we're arguing. Like we could give arguments in like a conversational style.
Right. I'm not here to argue with you, bud.
Oh, okay. Okay, well then respond to my claim. I just won't use the word argument. Respond to like my claim. My claim was that right now the right is literally protecting like P3DOs.
They're not, you think Donald Trump's doing that?
Yeah, because he's refusing to
No,
release
he's
the files
not.
after making the promise, and he's been lying about the nature of the files, saying that they were faked by the Democrats, and he's been lying about him being in the files. We're learning now that he's known he's in the files since May, but around a week and a half ago, he told a reporter that Pam Bondi's never told him if he was in the files or not. And I mean, that's just like scratching the surface. I don't want to overload you with too much.
Buddy, you can't overload me with shit. I'm a former Democrat.
Okay, keyword former, and I definitely bet I could. Okay, I'm not gonna do it, but I could. I
You
could
can't do nothing.
I could give you a doctoral thesis that is like 10,000 words long insofar as why Trump sucks. That would obviously overload you or anybody for that.
Yeah,
matter.
well, he did more in the first 10 days in office than Biden did in 4 fucking years.
Okay, well,
he
that's,
lied to us
that's a
about him
ridiculous
being
claim.
fucking sick. Did they not lie about him being fucking sick?
You lied about him being sick. Like, are you talking about his like prostate
How are
cancer?
you in stage fucking 4 and don't tell nobody?
Okay. Listen, assume that they were lying about his prostate cancer. I'm gonna go ahead and
Assuming
yes,
it's crazy.
Yeah, that is an assumption.
You can have all your minions attack me in the comment section. What the fuck ever. I don't care.
No,
I'm a hard right MAGA motherfucker. Do you understand me, Dean?
No, I do.
I'm
I
a
do, bro.
hard right MAGA motherfucker. You understand me, Dean?
Yeah.
I'm a hard right MAGA motherfucker. Donald Trump's the greatest president of all time. We're going to make Coca-Cola great again.
Can I ask you a question?
Fuck that fructose.
Let
cane sugar.
Let me ask
cane.
you. Okay.
Cane sugar.
Cane
Dean.
sugar.
Cane.
Oh yeah, brother. Can I ask you a question?
You like Coca-Cola?
Can I ask you a question?
Do you like Coca-Cola?
Not really. It's not my favorite.
You don't drink Coca-Cola?
Not really. It's not my favorite. I prefer Dr. Pepper.
Debatable.
Okay, let me ask you a question. As a hard right MAGA motherfucker, right? Am I calling you what you want to be called? A hard right MAGA motherfucker? Okay.
Hard right. Hard goddamn right.
As a hard right MAGA motherfucker, I need to ask you this question. Do you stand for law and order and punishing people for their crimes?
We need to get all these legals out of here and ship them off to fucking Ukraine.
Right. Well,
Ship them to Ukraine, Dean.
Okay, well, we're going to call undocumented immigrants, not illegals. But okay, here's my question. If you're a hard right MAGA motherfucker that, wants to stand for law and order and the punishment of crimes, if somebody tried to assault or kill a cop, what do you think should be done to them?
Go to jail.
And what if Biden let them out of jail and called them patriots? What would your response be?
That's bullshit.
Oh, how big a bullshit would it be?
Why are you even asking me that? Dude?
Jeez, I just want to see how hard right of a MAGA motherfucker you are. If somebody tried to if somebody tried to kill a cop and then Biden was like, "Oh, they're a patriot," and let him out of jail.
That's not patriotism. That's bullshit.
And if Biden did that, would you call him the worst president of all time for doing that?
No, you can't really blame Biden, man. He was sick.
Oh, okay, fair. What about Kamala Harris? What if Kamala Harris did that?
Kamala double knee pads Lewinsky?
Oh, dude, honestly, there's so many really derogatory nicknames.
Who's turning off my
One
mic?
Second. There was so many derogatory nicknames for Kamala Harris. I have literally no clue what you just said. Could you repeat that for me? What was this new derogatory nickname?
Kamala double knee pads Lewinsky.
Okay, so you're saying that she's a woman, so therefore she was on her knees sucking penis.
Misinformation. I never said that.
Yeah, that's just blatant misogyny. Does that even warrant a huge response from me? You're just literally saying she's a woman, therefore she was on her knees. Not only is that blatant misogyny,
I never said that.
It's fucking cringy as hell. Dude,
I never said that, Dean.
This incel shit will obviously lead you into this hyperbolic space where nobody wants to be around you, nobody wants to entertain a relationship with you, nobody wants to be friendly with you. It's come on, dude.
Dean, you met your match with me, buddy. I'm a hard right MAGA motherfucker.
Yeah, what match did I meet?
You met your match with me, Dean.
My match from Tinder in hell? Probably.
You met your match with me. I'm sorry. How many swing states did you win?
Do you even know what a swing state is?
Do.
Can you?
There's 7 of them. You won 0.
Can you spell?
Sorry, hey Dean. You know what I want you to do with your headphones and your mic? Sit there and cry. I want you to fucking cry. Did you win the popular vote? No. Is Gavin Newsom gonna win? No. Is AOC gonna win? No. Are you gonna bring Andy Bashir out of Kentucky? No. You're gonna lose again. God damn it! You understand me? Hard right.
This guy's like off the rails.
You're goddamn right I am.
I'm gonna run the last point that I wanted to run on you. Okay, listen to what I have to say. So you said that you're
Debatable.
tough on law and order. We need to punish crime. And then I asked you the question: if somebody like tried to assault or kill a cop, I asked you what should be done to them, and you said go to jail. Then I was like, well, what if Biden let them out of jail and called them a patriot? You'd be like, oh, that was like one of the worst things Biden could do.
Jill's still looking for Biden.
So, fun fact, that's actually what Trump did. Donald Trump pardoned DJ Rodriguez and called him a patriot after he was sentenced to 12 years in jail for attacking Officer Fanone on January 6th, driving his own stun gun into his neck and giving him a heart attack. So if you're so tough on law and order because you're a hard right Republican, how do you feel about this communist Trump just letting like violent criminals roam free on the streets?
Misinformation.
Okay, do you want to see the pardon?
Misinformation.
What's misinformation?
Where's Hunter Biden's laptop?
What does Hunter Biden's laptop have to do with you claiming that I was spouting misinformation as it related to Daniel Rodriguez's pardon for attempting to kill a cop on J6?
Debatable.
What's debatable?
Everything you say is debatable. You, Dean Parker, all you little guys come up on your little headphones.
There's nothing that I just said that's debatable. No, we know
Yeah,
that
it's
DJ.
debatable. It's all debatable.
Listen, we know that DJ Rodriguez took a stun gun and drove it into Officer Fanone's neck on January 6th.
Let me ask you a question.
No. You're not asking me a question.
Can I ask you one question?
No, because I'm demonstrating to you how that's not debatable. We know that
Let me know
happened.
when I can talk.
Okay, for sure. We know that DJ Rodriguez did that to a cop on J6 because 1, DJ Rodriguez admitted to it. 2, the cop testified that he did it. And 3, DJ Rodriguez doing it was caught on the cop's body cam footage. And 4, he had a unanimous jury of 12 rule that he did it. So no, it's not debatable that he did it. It is literally more debatable that the earth is flat than that DJ Rodriguez drove that stun gun into the neck of a cop on J6. So don't be calling that shit debatable unless you want to literally debate your own existence, buddy. Like, that's more debatable than what DJ Rodriguez did. Like, the fact that you're a conscious, sentient person. Now, is it debatable that Trump pardoned him? Also no. Why is that not debatable? Because we have the pardon. It's all public records. It was an executive order, blanket pardon of everybody that was convicted of a crime on January 6th. 1,200 people, including 67 people that were sent to jail for the violent assault of police and other officers in the area, including DJ Rodriguez. And not to mention the court records of DJ Rodriguez and what he did and what he was found guilty of are also public. So no, nothing I said was debatable. It was all objectively true beyond any shadow of a doubt.
Do you know who George Floyd is, right?
Okay, what does George Floyd have to do with literally?
Because I
I
told you I want to ask you a question.
What?
Can I ask you a question?
There's
Yes or no?
absolutely no relevance that George Floyd should have
There is no
over
relevance.
anything I just said. And by the way,
I just wanted to ask you a question.
The obsession that the right has with George Floyd
because I
isn't
want to
only
ask you a question.
insulting, but it's like weird and bizarre.
So I can't ask you a question, D.
I mean, obviously not. I want you to respond to what I just said.
Man, now you're getting debatable.
Well, okay, what is George Floyd?
Okay,
have
so
to do
we
with
all
what I
know who
just said?
George Floyd is, right? Do you know who Tony Timpa is?
I don't know who Tony is. What the fuck?
You don't know who fucking Tony Timpa is, but you know who George Floyd is? Where's the fucking outrage?
Sorry?
Yeah, get silent and get pushed. Get pushed, Dean. You met your match.
Who's Tony Timp?
Who's Tony Timpa? Where's the outrage? He was a white tea man who got unalived by police brutality. But y'all love George Floyd. Where's the outrage for Tony Timpa, Dean? Where's the outrage?
Well, we've seen police brutality directed towards black people because they're black.
Hey, buddy, you met your match with me.
Since the police force was
Stop fucking muting me.
founded,
Stop fucking muting me, Dean. Right, goddamn no, you stop.
I don't know who Tony Timp is. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. But you're one of these big time Democrat content creators.
Do you want to respond to the argument that I gave about J6 and DJ?
You don't even know who fucking Tony Timp is. You're up here talking politics. Get pushed.
Get pushed.
You better remember J-Lash forever, Dean. Get pushed. You understand me? Get pushed.
Can I ask you to name one policy ever passed through Congress?
Get pushed. You can sit up here and talk policies and talk and all this Democrat bullshit. You don't even know who goddamn Tony Temp is, but you love George Floyd, don't you, buddy?
Are you on the roids?
What?
Are you on roids?
You need to be.
No, I don't.
Misinformation.
I mean, I've decently high levels of like testosterone.
That's fucking debatable.
Well, actually, it's not too debatable. They're high enough to cause like the levels of DHT in my
How do you not know who Tony
to
Temp
cause my
is,
hair
dude?
to thin and for me to go bald? So
you're on here every fucking day and don't know who Tony Temp is.
Can you name one policy ever passed through Congress by anybody ever?
Anyways, J-1, Dean fucking 0. Pack your bags, go to fucking Ukraine.
Before you head off, can you tell me?
1-0, J-Lash. Make America great again. Donald Jaquan Trump's the first real black.
What the? What did you just say? Wait, what did you just say?
Donald Jaquan Trump is the first real black president of all time.
There was like so many issues with that. Okay, so like the first issue with that was like saying that Trump's middle name was Jaquan. Like that's just like, you know, like a stereotype of like quote unquote black names from a white man. The second issue with that is he called him black. No, he's obviously not black. The third issue with that is that even if he was black, he wouldn't have been the first black president because we had Obama. Like everything he just said was like off. We're going to move on to the next guest. Everyone just give us a minute, guys. Go ahead and hop in that queue if you support Trump. I'd love to have you up here to have a debate. What the fuck just happened? I don't know. Hello, Michelle. Do you support Trump?
No.
Base Michelle.
Absolutely
and
not.
you know the sad part, everybody? I don't think that like, I mean, y'all are like speculating that could have been a troll. I don't think we know that for sure. And that's another sad part, that we don't know for sure if he was a troll or not. Welcome in, Linda. You MAGA?
Hey, Dean.
You did it again. Every single day. You got in quick today, I'll tell you. You got in quick today. We're going to move on to the next guest. Everyone just give it. Oh, my God. Yo. Jeez. Kate, thank you so much for the $10 over on Venmo. Let's get under it. Kate with the KWs down below in that chat. Rachel with a $5 saying, shut up for you not screaming at this baseless lunatic. And then Caitlin. Oh my goodness, Caitlin. Thank you so much for the $100 donation over on your Venmo. Caitlin, you were showing love yesterday. You're showing love again today. I want everybody to show some love to Caitlin down below in the chat. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity. Caitlin says, this guy's insane. I'm a nurse. Trump has been diagnosed with CVI, and it's not even something that happens overnight. He's had that for years, so the claim Biden was sick stands for Trump too. Honestly, Caitlin, I appreciate you for that argument. I'm never going to forget that one. While we're hopping into this next debate, if y'all could all please show some love to Caitlin down below in that chat, it would mean the world to me. Y'all show some love to Caitlin. Also, make sure that we're double tapping on that phone screen. Let's get up to 500,000 likes. Welcome in, Finn. Do you support Trump?
I do not.
Oh, base, bro. Hell yeah. Guys, make sure if you're in that queue, you're following the rules. Meaning that you're at least 18, you're from America, and you support Donald J. Trump as president of this country. And once again, Caitlin, thank you so much for the love. As well as Zane with the $1 over on Venmo telling me to kick that last guest. Well, he's gone now. And then Sierra with the $2 on PayPal saying my boss yelled at me today at work. I'm sorry. Welcome in, Crystal. Do you support Trump? Crystal ain't even here. Guys, I think that we're going to try to pull from the comment section compared to the queue. So if everybody could give us a minute to get that next guest up in here, that'd be great. Let us know down below if you support Trump and you'd like to come up here and have a debate with me. Put a MAGA with your age down below right now. We'll get you pulled up. Welcome in, Bailey. Do you support Trump? Okay, Bailey's not here. Goodbye, Bailey. Moving on to the next guest. We got Cosmonaut loading in right now, everybody. We're going to go to get that next guest up in here. Welcome in, Cosmonaut. Do you support Trump?
Did you call Trump a communist?
Yeah, obviously. Big time.
He's not a communist.
Oh, he's obviously a huge communist.
How is he a communist?
Well, don't worry. I'll tell you, because he's not tough on like crime. You know, he pardoned DJ Rodriguez, communist dude. Oh, and don't even get me started right on those pesky price controls, the government overreach of the tariffs. Huge communist, buddy. Huge communist.
But so the gulags weren't tough on crime. Communists have been tough on crime, and price controls doesn't necessarily communism.
I'm giving you shit, buddy. No, that's what the right thinks communism is. The right thinks that communism is like state control et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So when I was making the claim that he's a communist, it was more of a facetious claim to represent the right's typical explanation of what they think communism is. Welcome in, James. Do you support Trump?
Yes and no.
Okay, well, you're obviously not
I
James.
want to ask you a question
How old are-
really quick.
How old are you?
16. Real quick, I want you to.
I'm sorry, I can't do that for you. You got to be at least 18 to join the live. We're going to go and load up that next guest up in the box right now. And, yo, Mr. Brian, thank you so much for the $10 over on YouTube Super Chat. Brian says, my grandpa died 2 days ago. My birthday was yesterday. It's been a wild ride into my 31st year, but all I know is that I'm here watching Dean now in my anxiety, with my anxiety pinned, smiling, and peaceful. I love you guys. Brian, I'm really sorry to hear about the passing of your grandpa, bro. I mean, I know how tough that is. And especially for that to line up like the day before your birthday. Like, I'm really sorry that happened to you, Brian. If everybody could please show some love to Brian down below in that chat, that would mean the world to me. Keep you in my prayers, man. Welcome in, Esme. Do you support Trump?
On some things, but I do disagree with him on the topic that I wanted to talk about with you. But I saw you do an interview, and I wanted to ask you a few questions.
You want to ask me questions? Oh, you got an echo. Well, I'm here to debate.
Oh, yeah. It's I guess I could debate it. Yeah, sure.
So why do you support Trump?
Well, on this, I actually disagree with him. It's about abortion. But I saw you did that interview with that one Tommy girl, I think, and she said, sure, if slavery was, to be legal, like if most people wanted slavery to be legal, they could, which I thought was absurd. Absurd.
So what do you agree with Trump on? Why are you a Trump supporter?
So, I mean, there's a few different things. Like, I do believe that, like with abortion, he is more conservative with abortion. Like the tea topic, I don't really believe in that, but I really wouldn't say that I support him on some things.
Okay, so what do you support him on?
Okay, so I would say I'd more so support him on abortion, but I wanted to ask you about or debate abortion, your view on abortion, because I heard you say so. I just wanted to test your theory on abortion.
I feel like you're not even here to debate me on why you support Trump. You just want to talk about my views on abortion.
Well, okay, I could say I support Trump because he's more conservative with abortion compared to the left, so could I debate you on that?
Right, precisely. You just said it. I could say this, so I can debate you. Kind of sounds like a misrepresentation. Just another to try to extract the conversation from me.
No, in reality, I do agree with Trump more when it comes to abortion than the left.
Okay. Well, give us a little bit of a nuanced position. How do you still support Trump?
Okay, so it would be then I would say abortion. Like it's just going to be Are there other days where you actually do debates other than this topic? Because I could come back later. I don't want to waste your time. I just wanted to ask you a question.
Okay, so you wanted to ask me a question, and you don't want to debate.
Do I need to come back another time then? I can do that.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I ever run just general Q&A lives.
Okay, yeah.
So
sure.
it's unfortunately, I don't know. I don't know. Like maybe I could wrap in more Q&A lives into what I do. I know a lot of people have been calling for that, but I don't know if I do any I haven't done a general Q&A live. Come up and ask me a question for a while. Go to put a maggot down below in that chat with your age if you want to come up and have a debate with me, y'all. Go to put a maggot down below in that chat with your age if you do want to come up and have a debate with me. Also, everybody, make sure that we're double tapping on that phone screen and sharing out that live, y'all. We're going to go and work on getting the next guest loaded into the stream as we speak. And if you want to support me, you can find my Venmo, my PayPal, and the link tree in my bio. I get 100% of the proceeds over on those platforms. Welcome in, Jane.
Wait, I did not mean to. Sorry, I did not.
No worries at all. You're good, Jane. Let's go to move on to the next Trump supporter right now, everybody. Once again, if you're in the queue, make sure that means that you support Trump. We got Peaceful loading up right now. As well as, let's see here, Charlotte, thank you for the $5 over on PayPal. Appreciate you for the love. Yeah, Charlotte. Wow. Well, I appreciate you for your message, and I'm so sorry that has happened to you. It definitely is a big problem. And thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, Charlotte. Everybody, show some love to Charlotte down below. Welcome in, Peaceful. Do you support Trump?
No, and I love you, Dean. That's all I had to say.
All right, bro. He came up here for a screenshot. We heard the screenshot, guys. I mean, I've laid out the rules. I'm only request to join if you support Trump. He obviously heard them. He came up here just to grab a screenshot. Please don't do that, you guys. We are just looking for some debates. Everybody, put a MAGA down below in that chat with your age if you want to come up. What's up, you MAGA? Oh, I didn't even realize your name is Kanye.
What do you think of femboys?
What do I think of femboys? I mean, what do you take a femboy to be? I feel like everybody has a different conception of what a femboy is. You know, like a lot of people on the right will label me a femboy because I'm a liberal, but then I feel like there's more nuanced takes on like what a femboy is. I don't know. You'd have to tell me what you think it is, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
No.
Dude, stop requesting. Guys, everybody, what the hell are we doing? What the hell are we doing? Hey, do you support Trump?
Yes, still.
Age, please.
I mean, I supported Biden. I think everybody should support our president, right?
No, I think that the Achilles tendon of a well-functioning democracy is a misinformed or ignorant electorate base because they will not hold those in power accountable. But you are just advocating for that explicitly by saying that we should just support whoever's in the Oval Office, regardless of what they're doing, because they're in the Oval Office. I definitely disagree with that.
Well, no, I don't think that the blanket term support is somehow, you know, if I say that I support a president, I don't support everything they do. I'm in support and hope he does something good for the country.
Okay.
Right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I hope that he does good too, but that doesn't mean that I support him because he's not actually doing good.
Well, I think here in the United States he's doing very well. I don't
Really?
particularly
What's your
agree with
favorite
this
Trump
person.
policy so far?
Remain in Mexico.
Yeah. What did that do?
Well, similarly, I mean, Europe has something similar. We have an agreement with Canada. It's very similar. It's the third safe state agreement.
What does
Remain
the
in
Mexico
Mexico's
policy do?
very similar to the third safe state agreement. You got to wait in Mexico while we process your asylum seeking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not only does this apply to a very small amount of immigrants, but I also typically disagree with it. If we want to make the asylum process go by faster, let's just hire more judges to run more courts at a higher level of efficiency and probably like rewrite some of our legislation surrounding what that approval process looks like. I don't think that we should just be saying, stay in Mexico, where you're going to face like higher rates of violent crime, higher rates of SA, higher rates of, potentiality of harm unto yourself. And they're attempting to like escape harm or political prosecution from their own country. Not to mention, I think that this sets forth like an interesting precedent if there's asylum seekers from Mexico. Like, why would we expect them to stay in the country where they're attempting to flee prosecution from? But I also agree that there's a lot of inefficiencies with the way that we manage asylum seekers that are in the country. You know, like they can't work for 12 months, meaning that a lot of states are giving them like assistance and whatnot. And maybe like we should just give them like a work permit the moment they come into the country and expedite the time that it makes to approve their claims.
And I appreciate the response because you actually attempted to include some reform. The first thing you said was more judges, and that's kind of what HR 2 was, just more judges, not much reform. Can we agree?
HR 2, that was the conservative bill, right?
That was the bipartisan.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, no.
Yeah,
What was the
that wasn't.
bipartisan?
Yeah, you're talking about like the very conservative border bill. That was the bipartisan one. I actually do agree in the sense that the bipartisan border bill wasn't the best bill that they could have proposed. It was a step in the right direction.
So remain in Mexico leading to more violence at the border of Mexico is an American problem?
Well, I definitely think it's a humanity problem.
Well, then Mexico should take care of that, right? Shouldn't they take care of their southern border or wherever their immigrants are coming into?
I mean, I think that given that the Remain in Mexico policy is in place, that I would definitely advocate for like Mexico to help increase the material conditions of the asylum seekers staying in their country. But I'd say like another step of prevention is just not to implement the policy in the first place, so our government could take care of it. I mean, we have more funds, we have more resources, we have more infrastructure, and we could probably guarantee them a higher quality of life while they're waiting for the claim to be processed.
Okay, so you think that remain in Mexico leads to more violence. Does the third safe state agreement?
I don't know anything about this third safe state agreement, so I
The
wouldn't be able to tell you.
the third safe state agreement is the exact same thing that remain in Mexico is, except it's with Canada. And then you can look at the Dublin regulation that Europe uses. You have to stay in the first safe country that you are entering, right? You can't just jump around. If you're going to, let's say I want to seek asylum in, we'll use Ireland because it's the Dublin regulation. But I enter, Spain first. Spain is a safe country. I have to stay in Spain.
Okay.
Mexico is a pretty safe country compared to where they're fleeing from.
So
Can we agree?
I just want to be clear that your argument is that because other countries do it, we should do it too, right?
Well, yes. Similarly with like birthright citizenship. Yes.
Well, that was actually the reason why we have birthright citizenship codified inside of our Constitution. is because our judges started ruling in like in the 1860s that birthright citizenship didn't exist. Black Americans were not entitled to citizenship because they were born in our country, and like
Exactly.
similar other cases like I forget the name, like Kim something something something, who was a Chinese immigrant that was denied re-entry to America even though he was born here after visiting his family overseas. I don't understand the parallel between birthright citizenship and the Remain in Mexico policy. I have very clear reasons why I disagree with
The
Remain
parallel
in
is
Mexico
that
policy.
the parallel is that most other countries don't allow birthright citizenship.
Oh, and so that means that you think we should get rid of it too?
I think that it just doesn't make much sense. I mean, like, for example, Japan has very, very stringent.
Also, the claim that most other countries don't allow that is false. You understand the reason why America had it in the first place is because it was common law in England at the time.
Which countries have it?
Like I
Which
said,
countries have birthright citizenship?
Listen to what I'm telling you. It was common law in England at the time, and that's why we had it. It was called just solely.
Is it now?
I mean, I don't know about now. I'm telling you.
It's not now.
Okay, but I'm telling you the reason why we had it in the first place is because it was common law in England. It was called just solely. Look it up.
Sure,
Meant
but
if you were
the
born on
reason
the
that
king's, it just simply meant if you were born on the king's soil, then you were subject to the king. Do you support Donald Trump's like illegal, unconstitutional to get rid of it?
To get rid of what?
Birthright citizenship for the children of undocumented immigrants?
I mean, it was ruled unconstitutional, but I think that it got the conversation started because, like you said,
I mean, do you agree with him passing like
one second? The 14th Amendment was
answer my question.
1 second.
Go ahead.
The 14th Amendment was, like you were saying, was created to answer a question. What was that question? Well, are children of slaves citizens?
That's not
the
the only
answer to
reason why
that
it was
question.
created.
The answer to that question is yes. Obviously, we no longer have to answer that question.
That's not the only reason
It's
why
no
it was
longer
created.
used the way that it was created to be used.
Why are you spreading misinformation? That's not the only reason why it was created.
What was the inception of it originally? And I'm not talking about how they later made it to, like you just brought up, that Chinese or Asian immigrant, right?
That
It was
later.
originally created.
Yeah,
Why?
but-
Let's look up. Fact check
can-
me.
I-
What
don't-
was
don't-
the
don't worry.
inception of the
Don't-
14th
check this
created?
out. Check this out. I don't even need to look it up. I'll just give you the facts. I'm very familiar with the 14th Amendment. Are you ready?
Yeah,
Okay.
go for it.
Great, I have the mic. So yeah, the inception of the 14th Amendment definitely did include the intention of naturalizing, like individuals that were enslaved or the children of individuals that were enslaved simply because they were born in the country. That was one of the intents. But if you go back, like real quick, do you know what year the 14th Amendment was ratified?
1840. I don't know.
No, 1865.
1860.
So 1865. So if you go back to 1865 and you look at the congressional debate records when they were ratifying the amendment in Congress, like we had like Republican senators bring up the same point you're bringing up now. Like they said like, oh, like the point of this amendment is just for the children of slaves, right? This isn't supposed to apply to immigrants. But then the debate in Congress followed that no, the ratification of this 14th Amendment also includes the children of immigrants born in America. So when you make the claim that it was just made for the children of slaves, that is absolutely false. And they actually considered the 14th Amendment as also intentionally giving birthright citizenship to the children of immigrants. The proof would be the congressional debate on the subject matter in 1865 when Congress was ratifying it.
Well, can't we agree that this is a vastly different country than in 1865?
Well, if it is a vastly different country than it was in 1865, then why did you try to make the argument that because you thought the original intent was to cover citizenship for the children of slaves, that's the only way we should uphold it today?
Well, because you said that England still has this, but they got rid of it for the same reason that we should get rid of it, sir.
No, that's actually not what I said. I claim that when we made the amendment
That
in the
is what
first
you said. You
place,
said England still
you
had it.
obviously weren't listening to me close enough. If you did listen to me close enough, I said that when we made the amendment in the first place, it's because prior to the 14th Amendment being passed, we had the same common law that England had at the time of just solely, which was if you're born on the soil, then you have a claim to citizenship, birthright citizenship. That was common law until Dred Scott, I believe, which is a very infamous SCOTUS ruling, that black people born in America don't have a right to citizenship. So then they passed the 14th Amendment, ensuring equality, ensuring birthright citizenship, and even penalizing states for not allowing all males over the age of 21 to vote. Of course, it took the 15th Amendment in order to ensure that right for black Americans. And then it took like later rulings like Brown v. Board to rule out the whole like equal but separate interpretation of that part of the 14th Amendment. Obviously, you just don't know your history in the 14th Amendment. But once again, you never responded to what I said because remember, I brought up how in the original congressional debate of the matter on the 14th Amendment, they did intentionally give that to the children of immigrants. And that was my rebuttal to your claim that the only intention of the amendment was to cover citizenship for the children of slaves. Not only did you never address that I corrected you and you were incorrect, but then you went on to make an argument that contradicted your original position by saying that we live in a drastically different country today than we did in the 19th century. Well, the reason that directly contradicts your argument about the 14th Amendment designed and intended to be given as citizenship for the children of slaves is because you were pulling from the original intent in order to argue what purpose that amendment should serve today. But once you learned that the original intent was different from what you were arguing, then you flip-flopped your position into saying, I don't care what the original intent was, it needs to serve a different purpose.
Well, no, the original intent was discussed, was it not? The original intent was debated upon.
Right, on the floor of the Congress, which included giving citizenship to the
And
children
by the
of
way,
slaves,
you're mistaken.
and
It was
included
actually
giving
foreign
citizenship.
nationals. It was to protect foreign nationals. It
Oh.
wasn't just all immigrants. It was the children of foreign nationals.
Oh, actually,
I just looked it up.
You're actually dead wrong. It actually, the part of the amendment that says subject to the jurisdiction thereof.
Everybody look it up themselves.
Intentionally excludes like foreign nationals, such as people that work at embassies or have immunity from American law. He just left because he knew that he read the wrong thing. It's funny. No, he was doing his research on the go and he read the wrong thing. So the foreign nationals part, the people that are in this country that have immunity because they're working with an embassy, they're like explicitly left out of the 14th Amendment because they're not subject to the jurisdiction of America. So the reason he just left is because he incorrectly, interpreted what he was reading. I bet he was reading something about foreign nationals in reference to the 14th Amendment, but he was reading the part that they're specifically excluded, not intentionally included. I know, guys. I mean, bad time for him. I had to do a shit ton of research on the 14th Amendment for something cool. I literally researched it for like a day and a half straight. It was great. And no, guys, I didn't kick him. And why would I? Why would I kick him? Why would I kick him when I just got a slam dunk on him? His claim was that it was intentionally designed to give birthright citizenship to the children of foreign nationals, when in all reality, it specifically excluded foreign nationals, and that was also debated on the floor of Congress in 1865 and has been long upheld as one of the three categories of people that are excluded from being covered under the 14th Amendment due to that addition of saying subject to the jurisdiction thereof. So why would I kick him when I'm getting the biggest dunk in my life on him? No, he left. Anyways, we're going to go to move on to the next guest here, everybody, just to let us know. If you support Trump and you'd like to come up and debate, I really do love debating the 14th Amendment because like the position that MAGA has taken on is just like very clearly, like excluding them. Very clearly contradicting what they said. But let's go to get that next guest loaded into the box right now. Everybody, go to put a MAGA with your age down below in that chat. We're going to get you loaded in here. W research on the 14th Amendment. I wish we could talk more about it. Go to put a MAGA with your age down below if you do want to join up. We're going to get that next guest loaded in here right now. Vaughn, thank you for the $5 over on PayPal, saying you should consider banning people that don't follow the rules. It's getting annoying at this point. Love your content. No, that has been what we're doing. Thank you for the $5, Vaughn. That is incredibly kind of you. Everybody, show some love to Vaughn, as well as I'd like to show some love to Amy and Sarah. Amy and Sarah both donated $25 over on Venmo. Let's go ahead and get that next guest loaded up into the live. And while we're loading in Red G, we're also going to go ahead and read off Amy. Oh, he's saying kicked me in the chat. Watch this, everybody. It says that I kicked him. I'm going to go ahead and click the button to invite him on live. Everybody saw me just click the button to invite him. He didn't expect me to do this. Oh my God, he didn't expect me to do this. Everybody, this is his account. You all just saw me click the button to invite him. Every single one of you just saw me click the button to invite him. You all just saw it on camera. So is he going to join now? He hasn't joined yet, even though on his screen right now, there is a pop-up that says, accept Dean's invitation to join. So guess what, Cartman? You just got absolutely fucked. I bet you didn't know that I could flip my phone around and show me inviting you and show you not rejoining. That is great. Oh my God, you just got exposed as a liar, buddy. And for everybody that's been defending him down below in the chat, I bet you feel embarrassed as all hell after watching me re-invite him on the live. Anyways, welcome in, Reggie. What's up? Do you support Trump?
Yes, sir.
Great. I want to go ahead and read off Amy and Sarah's donation messages quickly. Blue, thank you so much for the galaxy. I appreciate you so much for the love. So Amy says, I've learned so much from listening to you, and I'm a lot more confident when stating facts with the crazy magas. You deserve all of the donations you receive. Lots of love from Minnesota. That makes me so happy, Amy. Thank you for being here, and thank you for taking something away. Let's get 250 Amy W's, and then also 250 Sarah W. Sarah says, my 17-year-old sister, Alyssa, is missing from Phoenix, Arizona. Just saying that on your stream could help me get more eyes on her case. No pressure though. Thank you for what you do. Absolutely, Sarah. Alyssa Turney, that is spelled ALISSA-TURNEY, is missing in Phoenix, Arizona. Please pay attention if you live in the area. Important to put more eyes on that. Sarah, I can't even imagine the stress that you're feeling, you and your family are feeling right now. And I hope that you guys are able to find her. Once again, that is Alyssa Turney. Turney spelled T-U-R-N-E-Y. I'm really sorry to hear that happened to you, Sarah. Jeez, I can't believe how scary that is. As well as Alia with the $5 over on Venmo. Thank you for the love. Hudson with the $10. Thank you so much. Hudson says, I'm a Christian who actually follows the teachings of Jesus, and I hate Trump, and I love you, Dean. You've taught me a lot to help debate idiotic Trump supporters. Bro, you are awesome, Hudson. Good on you for being a good Christian. As well as Moses with the $5 saying part 140 on YouTube. Oh, I said part 139. I'll fix that in post. And then Sarah with the $5 as well over on Venmo. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, so much for the love and the donations. Everybody, please show some love to all of our donors down below in that chat. Red, go ahead and take it away. Tell us why you support Trump.
So first of all, I support the big beautiful bill. I support tax breaks for our corporations. I support tariffs for foreign corporations. I support deductions for U.S. citizens working overtime and tips. I wish it would have been more, honestly, but something's better than nothing. I could go on.
Yeah, for sure. I think you just contradicted yourself. The reason I'm saying I think that you just contradicted yourself is because the first thing you said is that you support the big beautiful bill, and the last thing that you said was you support like deductions on tips and overtime for like low to median income earners. Okay, the reason that's a contradiction is because that last point, supporting like no tax on tips or overtimes for low to median income earners, is basically saying that you support making life easier on low and median income earners. Now, the claim that you support like making life easier on low and median income earners in America contradicts the claim that you support the big beautiful bill.
That claim. You're straw manning. Please stop. Don't even continue to straw man. Don't take my words and turn it into what you want it to be. Leave it what it was.
I don't feel like I made too big of a jump of an assumption there.
Don't make a jump at all. Just take my words for what they were.
Okay, but like obviously you're going to say the reason why you support no tax on tips is because you support making life easier for people, right?
No, it's because I support no tax on tips.
Okay, why do you support it?
Because I want U.S. citizens who work overtime and get tips to get a deduction.
Yeah, why? The answer would be to make their lives easier.
No, don't straw man.
Okay, so then what's the reason why? Why do you support it?
So that they can get a deduction.
Okay, why do you support them getting that deduction?
For the deduction. That is the reason why.
You support the deduction for the deduction, buddy. That's circular.
Yes. No, you're just trying to make a separate argument, and I'm not letting you.
Well, I know what you are doing is you're giving me a circular position saying that you support it because you support it. Okay. Well, I mean, if that's a valid argument in your eyes, well, then I could just simply say I don't support Trump because I don't support Trump. All of a sudden, you can't critique or give me any pushback at all, since my argument is just as valid and sound as your own. Obviously, right? That's not how we debate. We give reason for what we say. So that's why I'm asking you for the reasons insofar as why you support giving a deduction for low and median income earners on no tax on tips and no tax on overtime.
$25,000 less on their taxable income.
Okay, and why do you support people paying less in taxes?
Because I want less money going to Ukraine and Israel.
You want less money going to Israel, therefore you support no tax on tips. Okay. Well, just because he's offering a deduction for like low income earners on like no tax on tips or overtime doesn't mean that there's less money going to Israel. In fact, there's more money going to Israel. Yeah.
I disagree.
You disagree? Okay, why?
because I don't think more money will go to Israel once the come August and beyond. I disagree that it will be
Oh, you just
more
dis- oh,
money
you disagree.
than it has been historically.
Okay, could you like agree that like deduction on no tax on tips or overtime has absolutely nothing to do with the amount of money that we send to Ukraine or Israel?
No,
Okay, what's the association?
the IRS.
How does the IRS like close the gap here?
So the money that the government spends everywhere, they get it from the taxpayer.
Okay, right. But we're actually like we have like additional income right now because of the tariff.
Instead of
Well, 1 second.
taking it from
Right.
the
But
taxpayer,
we have like additional income right now because of the tariffs. Also, not to mention that our government doesn't really care about a deficit. So even if we're taking in less money because of no tax on tips and overtime, that doesn't mean that they're going to
You're
spend
moving
less
the
money as
goalposts.
well. They're just going to spend more related to the deficit. I'm not moving the goalposts. I'm explaining how that
moving the
doesn't connect the
goalposts.
dots.
it does connect the dots. So if they're taking $25,000 less for millions of people, that will be less money that they can spend on Israel and Ukraine. That's just how math works.
No, that's not how math works. Because where do they pull the funding for Israel and Ukraine from?
Just went over this. Now you're trying to do this circular BS.
It's not circular at all. They pull that funding from the military budget. So you'd have to argue that if they
Where do
reduce
all
the
of
tax,
these
well,
budgets
just listen to
come
me.
from?
Listen to me, man. In order for that to be like the connecting piece, you'd have to argue that because we're no longer collecting tips on overtime or tax on like some income earners at some income thresholds, that therefore we're going to spend less money on the military. But that's not true. Donald Trump doesn't intend to spend less on the military. He's actually explicitly said he wants to spend more on the military. He wants to increase the military budget. So because he wants to increase the military budget, I fail to see how no tax on tips or overtime
This is
will
your
put any
third
pressure on a
fallacy.
reduction of aid towards Ukraine or Israel.
This is your third fallacy, and now you're claiming that somehow the military budget, which goes to way more than just Israel and Ukraine, is equal to what we send to Israel, Ukraine, and I'm just going to call you on it.
I never said that it was equal to. I said that it's pulling from. Like just because like I'm spending like $5 on a sandwich and that's pulling money from my bank account, that doesn't mean that the amount of money that I'm spending on the sandwich is equal to the amount of money in my bank account. So why
if
did you
you
just
have
assume
less
that because
money-
I said that funding for Israel and Ukraine are pulling from our military budget, that therefore I said that funding to Israel and Ukraine are equal to our military budget? What the fuck are you talking about?
Talking about your third fallacy here. All you're doing is making fallacy after fallacy. You try to straw man. You try to make a false equivalence. Like, come on, dude.
Wait,
Can
I
we
want
be
you to be clear. I want you to quote exactly what I said, and then I want you to be clear of what logical fallacy it was.
So when I first came up, you immediately changed my word to making life easier. That was a straw man fallacy. You changed my position. You know what I'm talking about. Come on, dude. Why are we gonna play this game?
Well, actually, no, I don't know what you're talking about. That's why I'm asking you to explain yourself. And I didn't know that explaining yourself and what you say in a debate was a game.
I think you need to take your meds, dude. You're tripping out. You're glitching.
Right. So I just want to clarify that it was a straw man fallacy for me to assume that you support reducing taxes on people because it makes their lives easier. But now it's not any type of logical fallacy for you at all to say that I need to take my meds just because I'm asking you to explain yourself. Holy fuck, get a grip. You lose,
Glitching.
elbozo.
You're literally glitching out.
I didn't know that glitching out was operating like the world's smartest AI supercomputer known to mankind by calling you out on all the bullshit that's spewing out of your mouth.
Listen, you're just mad because your Democrats didn't do any of the shit that they said they were going to do, and Trump's actually making a stride to do the things that he said he was going to do. You're just mad.
Yeah, what was that bullshit that you were talking about, assuming what we mean? Like, what? Now you're saying that I'm mad because the Democrats aren't doing what they said that they were going to do? No, I'm getting frustrated because you're not debating me. You're not being a good faith interlocutor. You straight up come up here and you tell me that you support reducing
Listen.
taxes on people to make their lives easier. I'm able to like draw out a contradiction from that because you also said that you support the big beautiful bill, which actively makes people's life harder. So obviously you can't say that in some ways you support making people's lives harder, but then in the identical way you support making their life easier. It's a big old contradiction. But then you're like, no, Dean, that's not what I said. You're assuming shit. I actually do not support no tax on tips because it makes people's lives easier. I support no tax on tips because it's going to somehow reduce the amount of money that we're giving to Israel and Ukraine. And then I come along and I'm like, yo, explain to me how like no tax on tips and social and overtime for some people in some income brackets brackets up to a certain point for 2 years will reduce the amount of money that we're giving to Ukraine and Israel. And then you can't explain yourself, but you give me a word, the IRS. And then you're like, well, if we're taking in less taxable revenue, we're obviously therefore going to be spending less money on the things that we expense that taxable revenue on. And then I was like, no, bro, you're fucking wrong. Because 1A, this is assuming that taking in less taxable revenue from these two particular things is going to somehow magically reduce our military budget because funding for Israel and Ukraine are pulling from our military budget. And I brought up how that's false because Donald Trump has explicitly said he wants to increase the military budget. So you're already wrong. And then I also went on to bring up the point that even if it did reduce taxable revenue for the budget that we'd be pulling money from to aid and fund these countries, you're completely forgetting that our government doesn't care about being financially responsible, and they spend no matter how much they're taking in, and the evidence would be the fucking deficit. So now that I've successfully debunked and refuted every single attribute of your argument, let's go back to the basics of you admitting that no, you don't support no tax on tips and overtime because it's somehow magically going to defund Israel and Ukraine, and go back to attempting to re-answer the question insofar as why you support those two things. The very obvious answer would be that it makes people's lives easier. That's obviously why we would support a reduction in tax on like low-income earners, because it directly and materially makes their life easier by giving them more money to spend on the bare necessities to live. But obviously you don't want to give that response because your ego's too big, and it'd humble the fuck out of you because you've been denying that's the reason for the last 15 minutes. But I'm going to go ahead and be honest with you, man. If you suck it up, right, and be honest with us, nobody's going to judge you. Nobody's going to clown you. In fact, I will thank you for finally progressing this conversation in a positive direction. Thank you so much for joining my TED Talk.
Don't stop at 3, you can go to 10. Come on, stop, breathe, count to 3. All right, you good?
Oh yeah, do you fucking surrender?
Are you good? Are you calm?
No, bro, I'm
I don't
good,
want
dude.
your face is turning red. Like, I don't want your blood pressure to go up.
I know,
I'm
yeah.
just trying to
You want to respond to what I said?
Okay. So the first part is the fallacy. We already established that.
You didn't establish
second
it,
part-
bro. You didn't establish
Yeah, we
it.
did. Don't change my position. That's all you got to do. Stick to the position. That's it. The second part, which I think you're trying to be good faith here, so I'll bite. To claim that your bank account doesn't have anything to do with the amount of money you spend on sandwiches, anybody with a budget knows that that's not true, right? So I don't know how much of a silver spoon you have, but most people, the sandwich that they eat is going to be somewhere in proportion to the amount of money that they have left, right? Do you disagree with that?
Right.
Do you disagree with that?
No, obviously I don't fucking disagree with that. I don't know why you're misrepresenting what I said so hard. So the analogy of like the bank account and spending money on sandwich had nothing to do with like budgeting or being financially responsible, and all to do with the equivocation that you made when I brought up that the spending on Israel and Ukraine is drawn from our military budget, because I said that it draws from the military budget, that therefore it's equal to our military budget. And then I brought up the analogy, just because I'm drawing money from my bank account to spend on a sandwich doesn't mean the value or price of the sandwich is equal to the amount of money in my bank account. Now, if you want to equate people budgeting how much money they have in their bank account when determining how much they want to spend to like our government spending money, no, that's actually not true, because our government likes to do what's called deficit spending. They spend more than they make, and they don't really care about how much they make. That's why that's one of the many like downfalls of the American government today. Not to mention that it's not like this is an assumption. I mean, this is like proven. Donald Trump says he wants to increase the military spending.
Right. So increasing military spending is not the same as increasing Israel spending. And that's the false equivalence that you're making.
Oh, so I'm not making the equivalence that increasing the military budget will increase Israel and spending to Ukraine. I'm simply using that as a point to refute your idea that because we're like reducing taxable revenue, that therefore we're going to reduce spending on Israel and Ukraine. Because we're actually increasing the overall pool of taxable revenue that's dedicated to the military. And that's the only relevant part in determining how much money we want to spend on Israel or Ukraine.
I disagree, and I know where you're getting your information from, but it's wrong. This is why the left is wrong so often.
I haven't given you like what information.
I already know. I know where you got it from.
What information have I given you that's incorrect?
All it's not the information that's correct. It's the what happens after it that's incorrect.
What did I say that was wrong?
So you believe that there's going to be an increase in spending to Israel and
Wait.
Ukraine, correct?
I mean, I brought that up earlier, but that's like very irrelevant to the debate, because remember, the debate that we're having right now is that you support no tax on tips or overtime because you think that it will reduce the amount of spending on Israel and Ukraine. Like, yes, I do think that Trump intends to increase it, and I could give you the argument for that, but that's completely like decoupled and separate from refuting your claim that he's going to reduce it. I feel like the first step here is just to prove that he's not going to reduce it.
But you're bringing it up. You're bringing up that's what's going to happen.
Okay, well,
He's
then
that's the reason that you're bringing up the increase.
Then I apologize. No, that's not the reason I brought up the increase in the military budget. I apologize for bringing up the fact that he wants to increase funding to Israel and Ukraine, because that is completely and totally irrelevant to your claim when you said that him reducing tax on tips and overtime is somehow going to reduce our spending on Israel and Ukraine. That's what we're supposed to be talking about. I don't know why you don't want to talk about it. I'm pretty close to kicking you, man, because you're being dense, you're being hard-headed, you're being disingenuous, you're being dishonest.
If you have to run, that's fine. I mean, it makes sense. You've been crashing out since my first sentence, and you didn't even provide a source to the last guy. You just kicked them
my friend,
and pretended to act like you invited them back up.
Wait, what do you mean pretend to act like I invited him back up? I literally showed me inviting him on my phone.
You turned your screen around and tapped the button real fast, like we could all see you.
Right? Dude. Yes, exactly. You just described me turning my screen around and tapping the button that invites him to join the live. Yes.
Can you tell us where you got the idea that foreign nationals were not subject to the jurisdiction of the United States?
Yeah, for sure.
Where did you get that from?
Yeah, for sure. The original congressional the original congressional debate in Congress in 1865, alongside case law demonstrating that they're not subject to the jurisdiction of our government, therefore they don't qualify for birthright citizenship. This is case law that has been true since 1865, and all of the children of foreign nationals that like work at embassies that are immune from American law, their children simply don't have birthright citizenship. So it's going to be history. It's going to be case law, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, but I want you to respond to the earlier claim that you made. I'll happily debate this with you after you're able to respond to the argument I gave you against the fact that reducing a tax on tips or overtime is somehow going to magically reduce spending on Israel.
Bank account that you were talking about, when it goes into a deficit, kind of like it's in a deficit right now.
Oh, by the way, I was misusing the term for national.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you for at least being honest. So you recognize that they are subject to the jurisdiction of the United States?
Yeah. It's not foreign nationals.
So that whole thing that you did against that other guy, it was just completely incorrect. I was gonna let that slide, but you're also wrong on taxes. So if you can go back and get your fundamentals, I think you'll be good at this. I think you'll be really good.
I got the base. I got the bare bones right. Everything I said was true outside of the term in which I was using to refer to individuals from other countries that are not subject to the jurisdiction of American law.
Your foundation was off.
No. Literally, it's not the foundation that's off. It was a term in which I was using to describe individuals that like work at embassies.
Right. So if you don't understand the difference between a diplomat and a foreign national, and those are literally millions of people, the whole premise of what you said was wrong.
No, it's not that I don't understand the difference between a diplomat and a foreign national. It's just that I was like confusing and misusing the terms in which we use to refer to the difference.
Listen, man, I'm just going to leave. You're obviously having...
No, don't leave, because I still want you to be able to argue your original point that you said, that reducing tax on tips or overtime is somehow going to magically reduce spending on Israel.
I didn't say magically. I'm telling you that when the government doesn't have as much money as it's been getting, they are going to spend less. That's what they're doing right now. They're cutting spending.
Wait, isn't the Trump administration arguing that
part where you go and talk about the economists?
No. Like, hasn't the Trump administration been reporting that we're like literally operating in a surplus? That we're like having like more taxable revenue from tariffs?
Right, because we're cutting spending, and we're going to continue to cut spending for the next 3.5 years.
Can you give me any evidence that they intend to cut spending to Israel?
There's less money. They're collecting less revenue.
No, I mean, they've said that they're collecting more revenue from tariffs.
Collecting more external revenue.
Right, so which amounts to overall total more revenue. Like, we can't just say because like they have a goal of like cutting spending. I don't think that you can make the jump.
You're being bad faith.
I'm not being bad faith. I'm just reporting truth to you.
I think
that you're being bad faith. I think that you're being bad faith as fuck, actually. And the reason I'm saying that you're being bad faith as fuck is because you're equating their goal to cut spending to just magically including funding to Israel. But just because they want to cut spending in some places doesn't mean that you could just assume that they want to cut spending in all places. Like, you're going to have to give additional evidence to justify that
Here's
it's
the
true that they want to
problem.
cut spending to Israel.
I see you on here talking about the big beautiful bill. Like, you know that they're cutting spending, so why are we
The big
going to
beautiful
argue
bill is
about it?
is the most expensive policy that we've ever had proposed to Congress. What do you mean cut
Do
spending?
you see what you're doing there? Are they cutting spending or no?
They're increasing spending overall.
Are they cutting spending? Yes or no?
I just said no. Like, overall, they're increasing it.
Are they cutting spending the Medicare? Are they cutting spending the Social Security? Are they cutting? You literally come on here and talk about how they're cutting spending literally every day.
I know, but I said overall they're increasing spending in other areas,
So
which
I'm
overall puts us
asking
more in the
you
red than in the
now,
green.
And I've made it even more specific. Are they cutting spending?
Okay, well, the question needs to be more specific than that, because you
I
have
just
to be able
made
to
it more-
qualify. You have to be clear if you mean, are they cutting spending overall? Like, is the total government expenditure going to go down or up, or are they cutting spending in some places? Like, I'll give
Well,
you.
the problem is
Don't
the
interrupt me while I'm explaining this. Please don't interrupt me while I'm explaining this. I'm trying to describe a very simple concept to you that you have to be able to grasp in order to have this conversation. Do not interrupt me while I'm explaining this to you. Please just stop talking so I can explain this to you. Are you ready? Thank you.
Oh, I don't want you to explain it at all.
Okay, well, if you don't want me to explain it, then why are you
I
here?
understand it better than you. I
You're
understand
like,
it
you're
better
like,
than
blah, 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 blah. I'm going to ignore anything that Dean says. Okay, I have to be able to explain this to you. Okay? So when you ask the question, are they cutting spending? You have to specify if you're asking that in an overall sense or in like a specific sense of cutting spending in some areas, right? Because the claim that the Trump administration is overall cutting spending is false because they're spending more than they're cutting. So in one sense of the question, no. What about in like other senses of the question? Are they cutting spending in specific areas? Yes. But the question you asked, your words were directly, are they cutting spending? Overall, no. They're increasing it.
Here's why I didn't
But if you were to
want you to
ask, are they cutting spending in specific areas? Yes. Are they cutting spending on Medicaid? Yes. Are they cutting spending overall? No.
Did the people that told you this, the CBI index and your economists that you listen to all the time, didn't they tell you that all of the spending increases was going to result in a deficit and a crash and all those things that have proven for the last 2 months to be not accurate? How are you taking things that have been proven to be not accurate and still considering them facts?
Wait, what did I tell you that wasn't accurate?
You're assuming you didn't say it yet. You didn't even say it. You're about to say it, which I'm trying to stop you. I'm trying to stop you from saying it. 'Cause it's
What am I
ridiculous.
saying that's inaccurate? I just need what
You're
the
gonna
fuck is
you're
going on?
gonna talk about how they're increasing spending and how it's gonna be a deficit, and we know that is not true based on June and July indexes.
Wait,
We have you've seen the surplus.
so I just-
you know that there's a
Wait,
surplus.
I just want to be super
Holy
duper
fuck.
fucking clear. I just want to be very clear. They're not spending $3.4 trillion on the big beautiful bill.
Is there gonna be a deficit or not?
Now you want to talk about something else. Now you want to talk about the deficit. Dude, we have to be able to stick to one thing at a time. Spending is separate from deficit. Is spending involved in the equation of deficit? Yes. Is spending
it a separate
identical
thing if it's
is spending identical to deficit? No. No. So stop equivocating between spending and deficit. Holy fuck. I can't even get you to have one conversation with me about one specific thing. You couldn't have a conversation with me specifically about your claim that you think reducing tax on tips and overtime is somehow going to magically reduce spending on Israel. You moved on to the 14th Amendment. Once I was able to prove you wrong there too and admit where I was wrong personally, then now you're like moving on to like gibberish that I honestly can't track. So let's either get back to like the main
over and over again.
Okay.
Spending is
okay. So I'll tell you one thing that I certainly wasn't wrong about that you haven't addressed. What I wasn't wrong about that you still haven't addressed is that reducing tax on tips and overtime isn't going to magically reduce spending on Israel.
Your claim that they're going to spend more money on Israel is not based in reality. You don't have anything to support it.
Okay. What did I say last time you brought that up?
I'm letting you off the hook. I'm letting you off the hook on that.
That was a disingenuous claim that I've already responded to 3 times. I'm going to go ahead and respond to that 1/4 and final time. If you cannot like grip my response about your claim 1/4 and final time, I'm going to drop you. Wow. But look at me. I'm a nice guy.
Oh no.
I mean, I don't think that we'd classify that as running if you just can't even like coherently understand my response to what you're saying. Because at that point, I'd be dropping you and moving on because there's just no debate to be had because you're not here to listen and respond or to have a conversation. You're just here to like be a bad faith, disingenuous person.
You're just running from every argument because you don't know
Right,
what
you won't even hear me out for my explanation of how that's not
what
running.
a deficit is.
Listen,
You
listen,
don't
man.
know what
Listen,
spending
listen,
is.
listen,
You
man.
don't know.
Listen, man. I'll describe it to you. There's
what
two
a
people.
deduction is.
I have a question. I have a question. Stop talking.
You don't know what a
Listen,
credit is.
listen,
You
listen,
probably
listen.
never.
I have a question. Stop it.
How old
Are you ready?
Never filed
Okay.
taxes.
I have a question. I have a question. Here's my question. If there's two people debating, okay, and person one is making a clear point.
Keep steamrolling. Yeah, it's not a debate.
I'm not
It's just you
steamrolling. I'm
steamrolling
asking,
over
bro.
and over again.
This is
and muting me.
this is so annoying. Listen to my question. Two people are having a debate. Person one makes a clear point to person two. Okay? Person one says that the sky is blue. And then person two says, why are you saying that the sky is yellow? The sky isn't yellow, you're wrong. And then person one repeats for 25 minutes that they're not saying that the sky is yellow, but the sky is blue. But then person two continues to repeat, you're saying the sky is yellow and you're wrong. If person one ultimately, after 30 minutes of this, wants to disengage in the conversation with person two, would you say it's fair or unfair to negatively frame person one as running from person two? Yes or
You're
no?
just steamrolling. That's all you're doing is muting me and yapping off a bunch of bullshit.
Okay, if you
That's
if,
it.
if
Please
you don't
kick
if,
me.
if you,
I'd
if you
love
don't
to get kicked.
if
You're just fucking whining
if you
and
don't-
crashing out and glitching out. Take your fucking meds and go cry.
Why won't you respond to that question?
Why won't you tell me if you've ever filed taxes before?
I have filed taxes before. Why won't you respond to
How
the
many
question
times
I
have you
asked
filed taxes?
Bro, see, listen, this is the shit that you're doing.
That's what I thought.
You won't even answer my question, and then you're like,
don't
Dean,
know
why won't you answer my question? Then he
don't
answers
know-
your question, then you still won't answer Dean's question.
know what a
I've
foreign
literally not been able to get you successfully to respond to anything. Okay, listen. Right
What is
now,
a foreign
you are in charge of your own fate. You are in charge of your own destiny. You are in charge of your own time on this live. If you do not immediately and directly respond to the question that I asked you about the person one and person two debating and person one disengaging from the debate because of person two's dishonesty and how you'd feel about the negative
You're
framing that
diseng-
person one is
you're the one
running.
disengaged.
If
Yeah,
you don't respond to that question, you will be removed from the live. So right now
don't
you are controlling
care
your
about being
own
removed.
you are controlling your own removal.
You didn't-
Respond to the question right now or you're gone. If you don't start responding to the
shit.
question within 10 seconds of me stopping to talk, you're going to get kicked and
Take
you will be
your white
running.
supremacist bullshit somewhere else. You don't tell me what to do. You don't own me. You do not control me.
All right, man. I don't know why you're running from a debate with me. I guess I'm just too good. See you later. Everybody, spam some running emojis down below in the chat. He knew he was in charge of his own destiny. He was in charge of his further continuance and engagement on the live. He ran away. Everybody, I don't know what to tell you. I don't understand why everyone today is being a runner. It's unfortunate that we have people like him running away, but we're going to move on to the next guest right now, everybody. I made it explicitly clear that he was in control of his own destiny. I made it explicitly clear that he controlled if he stayed on the live or not, and that if he didn't start to respond to the question in 10 seconds after me finishing to speak, he would have been kicked. So he ran away. I don't know why everybody's running today. Welcome in, Del. Do you support Trump? Okay, that would be a child. We're going to move on to the next guest right now. Everybody just give us a minute to get that next guest loaded into the box. We got Raymond connecting right now. The guests today are very insufferable, folks. Very insufferable indeed. Mary, thank you for the $10 over on PayPal. Mary says for a couple sandwiches. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you, Mary. I'm actually going to use that money and turn around and spend it on a therapist. Or like some stress meds. These people are increasing my cortisol level, let me tell you.
Yeah. Yo, Dean, how's it going?
You got some background noise, man. Are you MAGA?
Unfortunately, I am.
Okay, could you go into a little bit more of a quiet space?
Alrighty, give me 1 second.
No worries. I'm gonna mute you while you're doing that, just because there's a shit ton of background noise. And while you are doing that, I'd also like to thank Riley for the $1.50 over on PayPal, and then Edda with the $2. Oh wait, what just happened? Live access removed. It'll be restored tomorrow. For harassment and bullying, submitted appeal. Okay, so we just lost live access on the YouTube? No, on the TikTok. The whole thing got taken down. Oh. Everybody. Yeah, the whole stream on TikTok got taken down. I thought it was just the guest access, but no, it was like the whole account. It was a day ban for harassment and bullying. I wonder if there's like a clip of the violation. How did I get a ban for harassment and bullying? I feel like I've been so patient today. I've been like absurdly patient. Why am I getting banned? What is going on? Chat, like everybody on YouTube, did I say anything that was like equivalent to like harassment or bullying? I don't think I did, right? No? Yeah, I don't think I did either. Yeah, super unfortunate. Well, we'll go ahead and like wait a minute to see if that appeal goes through, because I was able to successfully submit it. If the appeal's rejected and not accepted, we'll just go live on DNC Dean for the day. But that would be unfortunate. I would love to go live on the main account for the day. Let me see if there's anybody else I could think super duper quickly. Brittany, thank you for the $10 on Vimeo. Brittany says, I messed up and voted for Trump because of his manipulative lies he promised, and then started to become more informed, and I regret it every day. Well, Brittany, if you happen to be on the YouTube, I don't know, maybe you're on the TikTok, maybe Brittany isn't even here. Just know that I appreciate you for making that recognition, and I really do trust that you'll vote better in the future. I think that's awesome. And then Tiffany, thank you so much for the $25 donation over on Venmo. Tiffany, that's very kind of you. Tiffany says, for being an awesome human being. Tiffany, you are awesome. Can we get 250 Tiffany W's? And then Suri with the $3 over on Venmo. Read your message there as well. Thank you for the love. And then Purdy Kiki, thank you for the $10 over on YouTube Super Chat, saying so patient today. Yeah, I'm feeling all right, man. I feel like I'm ready to take these people's bullshit head on. Whoa! Wow. The appeal was approved on TikTok. That blows my mind, everybody. So it was a day ban. I don't think I've ever seen a TikTok day ban appeal approved. They always get rejected. Every single time they get rejected, but it got accepted today. So like we're in luck. Even though we got taken down, we're still in luck, everybody. Yo, Purdy with another $20 super chat. Thank you for the love, Purdy. You are phenomenal. If you guys could show some love to Purdy down below in the comment section, it would mean the world to me. Thank you, Purdy. Yeah, we got that appeal approved. Victory is ours, everybody. Victory is ours, y'all. Victory is ours. That is awesome. And thank you so much for the $20. As well as everybody. We had 300K on YouTube. I just saw that. We had 300,000 subscribers on YouTube, everybody. Can we get some W's in the chat for the 300K on YouTube? Hell yeah. Now, I'll be right back in like 30 seconds. I'm going to go use a restroom real quick. I'm going to leave y'all here just for a moment. Let's see if we could find some royalty-free waiting room music to turn on. That's kind of funny. And then we'll hop back into things on the TikTok as soon as we're back. Royalty-free. Phenomenal. There we go. Has to be royalty-free. There we go. All right, everybody. I'll be right back. I'm just going to go use a restroom. Back, hi. Sorry, I was jamming out to the music there. Okay, we're back live on TikTok for everybody. Wow, we had what? We had like 400 people leave while I was taking a pee break. God damn, y'all are patient. I'm just kidding. Zena with the $10 over on YouTube Super Chat says, did you wash your hands, Dean? I always do. I'm a clean man. Clean man. All right, we're back on TikTok. Hello, welcome into everybody tuning back in on that TikTok live stream. We got a ban for harassment and bullying. Dude, like what? I've been so kind and so patient to every single person that we've had join the live so far. I don't understand what I did to deserve that ban. Obviously, TikTok misstepped because we got the account back. Our appeal was approved. So for everybody tuning back in, I apologize for getting taken down there, but we're back now. And, you know, we stayed live on YouTube. So if the live ever goes down, just head to YouTube, link in bio. But yo, Purdy with a $50 super chat over on YouTube. Purdy didn't leave a message. Purdy, welcome to YouTube. I know that you've been hanging out with us over on TikTok for a while now, but now you're on YouTube, which is cool. I want everybody everybody tuning into the stream for the start here, just to show some love to Purdy down below. Jeez Louise, thank you so much. You've been supporting me for so long. I just know that I really do appreciate you, Purdy. As well as Kins with the $10 saying, Dean, you missed my donations. Shit, Kins, do you just want to drop them in the chat as a reply to that donation? I'll happily read them. I apologize that I missed them. But anyways, everybody, we're honestly just going to hop right back into the debates. Once again, for everybody tuning right back in, we had our stream taken down for like harassment and bullying. I don't think I harassed or bullied anybody. It was like a misstep from TikTok, but they did give me my account back. So here's what we're going to do. If you're watching and you support Trump and you'd like to join the live and have a conversation with me, go ahead and put a MAGA with your age down below in that chat. We're going to go and get you up here. We see MAGA Mishi down below spamming MAGA, so we're going to go and get them up here. I sent you an invite. Please do accept it. And let's go ahead and get that very first guest up in here. Hop in that queue if you support Trump. Make sure that you are only in that queue if you support Trump. No trolls today, y'all. No trolls today. Let's go to move on to the first guest right now. We got Murphy joining us. Hello, Murphy. How old are you? Okay, Murphy's not here. I'm impatient. Let's go to move on to the next guest, Connor. Right now, everybody. What's going on, Connor? How old are you? Connor? Okay, Connor's not here either. I don't know why people hop in the queue without an intention to debate. Then also, yeah, once again, everybody, I didn't end the live. The live got banned, but, you know, we're quickly right back up. I don't know why they banned us. L TikTok, for real, for real, for real. We got the first guest loading in right now, though. What's up, Devin? Do you support Trump?
Yeah, yes, sir, I do.
How old are you? Okay, goodbye. We're going to go to move on to the next guest, guys. Go and put a MAGA down below in that chat with your age. We'll get you loaded in. Once again, a lot of people are trolling and like coming up here and spamming slurs like that. I do apologize for that, everybody. That wasn't a troll. That was just like a evil, fucking terrible person. But guys, going to put a MAGA down with your age down below. We'll get you pulled up. Who is next? Who's next? We got Freya in the queue. Let's go and load Freya up. They're spamming MAGA 20 down below. Then real quick, Kita, that is Kita. Thank you for the $20 over on Venmo. I appreciate you so much for that love, Kita. Kita says, been a minute. Always love watching your lives. Thank you so much for being here, Kita. Thank you for the $20 and thank you for the kind message. Everybody show some love to Kita down below. What is going on, Freya? Do you support Trump? Okay, they just wanted to play music too. Guys, this is a debate live stream. I'd appreciate it if you would respect that. Moving on to the next guest here. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
No.
Okay. Bye. Okay, right now we're going to start banning people. We're going to start banning people that are violating the rules. If you guys want to get some debates in here, we just simply got to get this live stream to boost out onto that For You page. The way that you could help us to do this is by double tapping on the phone screen, spamming the comment section, and sharing the live out. As well as, yo, GD, thank you for the $100 over on YouTube, saying thank you for being educated and teaching these MAGA supporters what is right. GD, that is Damien, that is DAMAN. Thank you so much for the $100, as well as Sid with the $100 super chat saying congratulations on 300,000 subscribers. Dude, that is insane. Thank you, Sid. Sid says very much deserved. So happy to be here to see your career grow. Bro, Damon and Sid, you guys are fantastic. I do not deserve this level of love. You both are being so incredibly kind. Like $100? Holy fuck. While we're working on getting the next guest up in here, show some love to Damon and Sid in that comment section. And if you happen to be one of the very first 4,000 people over on TikTok and you support Trump and you want to come up here and debate, go and put a MAGA down below in that chat. We'll load you in. Nothing but W's for Damon and Sid, as well as Caitlin with the $100 donation on Venmo. What is going on today? Caitlin, Damon, and Sid all sent $100. Show some love to all three of them. Jesus Christ. Caitlin says, we appreciate you, Caitlin. I appreciate you too. That is so kind. Seriously, you guys, I do not deserve that level of love. That is absolutely outrageous. While we're hopping into this first debate, W Sids, W Damons, and W Caitlins down below. Mr. World, you already told us on the last stream that you do support Trump. Take it away. Why do you support Trump as Commander-in-Chief?
Can you hear me? Sorry. Can you hear me? Alrighty. Well, I would take it to what you said a while ago. He's the lesser of two evils.
And why is that?
And I would say it's less of a financial problem and more of a moral problem. When it comes to the Dems, really, they're really involved in pushing the narrative of taking the minds away from our female children, What I mean by that is Kamala Harris and her support of like Megan Thee Stallion and other artists of that nature being at rallies. I have 3 daughters. I can never support someone who can support someone like Cardi B who robs men, teaching their daughters they can rob and strip, and one day stand next to the president. It's almost insanity. So that's one of the much reasons.
I cannot believe what I'm hearing right now. Okay, I gotta put you on mute when I'm talking, because you have a little bit of background noise. Okay, I cannot believe what I'm hearing right now. So first and foremost, I don't even know if Kamala Harris ever did anything with Cardi B. I do know that she did something with Megan Thee Stallion, but I just want to clarify: if you think her being in loose association with Cardi B is like teaching young girls to rob and strip, does this mean when Donald Trump had Conor McGregor, an adjudicated rapist, in the White House, he was teaching young men to rape women?
No, Dean. No, I'm not
What's
saying
the
that.
difference?
What I'm saying
Well, no,
is,
tell me, what's the difference?
for sure. Sorry, Dean, my mic was tripping. Someone was calling me. I had to put my phone on
No
D&D.
worries.
But I would say Conor McGregor is more connected with the president because the president has a fascinating with the fight scene. That being said, I think the way that the Dems push the sexuality of females correlating Megan Thee Stallion. If you go on Megan Thee Stallion's Instagram and scroll down, it is insane that a person like that can stand next to the president, where there's nothing but millions and millions of children seeing that this is the type of person that you could be and stand next to the president. Because of
Conor
that
McGregor,
solely,
adjudicated rapist. That's the type of person you could be and stand next to the president.
would you agree
What's
that
the difference? No, still, you haven't told me the difference yet. Tell me the difference.
I would say that the difference was Kamala Harris used Megan Thee Stallion as a campaign promo rather than Conor McGregor visiting the White House.
Oh, so it has nothing to do with the association between the two and all to do with the intentions for the association? What does the intentions for the association have to do with what you're telling young kids is permissible or not permissible?
Dean, with all due respect, you asked me a question. I gave you the answer. The answer is,
But the difference you were able to point out was completely irrelevant insofar as what we're teaching kids is permissible or not permissible. Because the reason you told me why the Dems are promoting like sexual promiscuity to young girls is because they're like involving themselves with individuals that are sexually promiscuous. Well, Donald Trump involved himself with Conor McGregor as an adjudicated rapist. Therefore, he's teaching young men to be rapists. And then also, like I mean, with like Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, I think is important to connect with the youth. I mean, you could have their thoughts on them, but at the end of the day, they are large pop figure like icons inside of like the culture of young Americans. And I think that's something that we need to realize, and that connecting with these icons of like the culture of young Americans is important for connecting with young Americans. Now, if we want to talk about, you know, what is purporting more of a threat to young women and girls, including your own daughters, well, what do you think is worse? Having Megan Thee Stallion on stage once at a rally, or having a president inside of the Oval Office who's openly boasted about perving on young naked teenagers without their consent because they can't consent backstage before a Miss Teen USA show in their changing rooms? What's worse, that or Kamala Harris? Or, I mean, that's not even all. I mean, also we have to consider the fact that he himself is an adjudicated rapist. And that's not even all. What about his associations with Epstein, lying about not being on the files, or sending him a letter in 2003 with a picture of a naked woman? That's the person that we have in the Oval Office. What is going to be worse for promoting a culture that causes harm against young women?
Dean, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to answer one of the series of 6 questions you just asked me, but we're going to try to keep this to one question and one subject per.
How about this?
speech.
I'll just rephrase it with one question. I agree with you. Let's be productive here. And that's my fault. Here's the one question I want to ask you. What is worse? Having Megan Thee Stallion on stage during your presidential campaign, or the president openly boasting about perving on half-naked underage teen girls? You have to unmute. Sorry, I am muting you every time I'm speaking. You have a little bit of feedback on your mic. Just keep that in mind. Every time I'm done speaking, you have to unmute yourself. And it's not crickets, everybody. He just doesn't know that I muted him.
Alrighty. So, yep. All right. My bad, guys. So you're asking me what's the difference between Megan Thee Stallion being on the presidential campaign and the president himself being not alleged but proven rapist, if I'm not mistaken?
Not precisely. Just so what's worse?
For sure. For legal reasons.
No, that's not precisely the question that is asking. The question I'm asking is what's worse, having Megan Thee Stallion on stage once at a rally running for president, or having the president be an adjudicated rapist that is openly boasted about perving on naked underage teenage girls?
I understand your question, Dean. Well, that question is coming from me, from the Conor McGregor and the Megan Thee Stallion. So we're going from
this has nothing to do with Conor McGregor. So Donald Trump himself is an adjudicated rapist. Donald Trump himself has boasted about perving on underage teenage girls. So what's worse?
Of course,
the president being an adjudicated rapist that has openly boasted about perving on underage naked teenage girls, or like having Megan Thee Stallion on stage once at a rally?
This is due to the fact that we just agreed that it wasn't per se proven, I guess, but
it is proven.
I'm not sure, but I would say that in my aspect, because the damage that happened, almost to a certain extent, a stripper and using a stripper as a campaign.
Megan Thee Stallion is not a stripper.
Your definition and the stripper and my definition might be two different things, brother. Using your body as monetization to me is a stripper in any way, shape, or form. Unfortunately.
Wait, so you think? Wait. So you think that gym bros are strippers?
I don't know what a gym bro is.
They use their body for monetization on the internet.
In a sexual fashion?
Oh.
They sexualize themselves majorly?
Yeah, sometimes, definitely.
For sure. And my definition, if you sexualize yourself on an enormous platform on the internet or in public in any way, shape, or form, you're a stripper. That's my definition.
So gym bros are strippers.
I'm not sure what that is, Dean, but if you're trying to make a joke, haha, let's get back on topic. So if you're asking me whether the president being an alleged adjudicated rapist and the president using sex symbols as campaign symbols, I'm going to say destroying the mental health of anyone under the age, all the females under the age of 14 is completely worse, Dean, unfortunately. And that's one of the reasons why I support Trump rather than supporting Kamala Harris. One of many reasons, point blank. But I have one question for you before I wanted to go on to some of the finances.
I have a question.
For sure.
If you had a child, would you rather that child grow up to be a musical artist like Megan Thee Stallion?
I would never.
Or grow up to be a literal rapist that walks in on naked teenagers in their changing rooms?
Oh man, Dean, can you give me that story? I was in one of the lives that you read. So can you give that story to the live about him walking in, please, so that I can give some feedback on that, because I don't like the narrative you're running with that.
Yeah. I'll just play you the clip. I'll let it speak for itself.
No problem.
Once again, I'm muting you because of the feedback on the mic.
Conflict?
Yes.
I don't see it as a conflict.
It could be a conflict of interest, but it's the kind of thing you worry about later. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You tend to think about the conflict a little bit later on.
The question is, how can it not be construed?
No, I mean, some of these foreign girls, Mr. Trump, in my country, we say hello with vagina. And,
well, you could also say, as the owner of the pageant, it's your obligation to do that.
So you have done that. Now,
I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
you're like
everything is good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible-looking women. And so I sort of get away with things like that.
Are you ready for me to respond to that, Dean?
I am.
You're watching The Legal Breakdown, Glenn. We've got major news right now.
Sorry. Good?
All right. Nowhere in there, Dean, did he say that he walked in on minors. And that pageant, if I'm not mistaken, weren't only children. So the fact that you took a out of context clip and said that he admittedly walks in on children is insane, Dean.
Okay.
And you shouldn't. It's the president,
so-
Dean, and you shouldn't say that. He said women Dean. He never said children.
Right. He did
Please,
the ball.
you should stop saying that, brother.
So yeah, he unconsensually perved on grown women and teenagers.
Okay, can you admit that before you said children, underage?
Yeah, he did it to children and adult women. By the way, I appreciate everyone for spamming 8th repost down below in my comment section. Because this guy told us that he would prefer our president to be an adjudicated rapist that has perved on minors compared to somebody like Megan Thee Stallion because he thinks she's a immoral, gross stripper, right? Which is misogyny on its own. But his 8th repost is literally sexualizing a woman for no reason.
Dean, other
what are we doing? What are we doing here, buddy? Your 8th repost is sexualizing some woman that was just trying to show her outfit for the first day of preschool. Like as a teacher, what are you doing?
Can you admit that he never said that he walked in on underage girls for the debate?
For sure. I'll respond to this, and then I need you to respond to that repost. Listen very closely, okay? So in that clip, he was talking about how he did this at the different beauty pageants. He didn't specify which ones. Now he owned a Miss Teen USA beauty pageant and he owned Miss USA beauty pageants. We have testimony from the adults at the Miss USA beauty pageants affirming this is something that he did to them, and we have testimony from the individuals that were minors at the Miss Teen USA beauty pageants affirming that this is something that he's done to them. And it's not just like one person from each pageant. It's been multiple people from each pageant. So now that I've been able to refute what you said and demonstrate how we do have more than enough evidence to demonstrate that he unconsensually sexually perved on adult women and underage teenage girls, I need you to respond to the fact that you were like a raging fucking hypocrite because you're up here shitting on like the sexualization of women, and your 8th repost is literally you sexualizing a woman. And on top of that, it's like it's not a woman that like wanted to be sexualized or anything. Like this is just somebody like showing off their outfit for the first day of like their teaching career, and you're sexualizing them. Why are you such a hypocrite?
I'm not sure. Why are you bouncing around and going from you said based off an interview that he gave?
Respond to the hypocrisy, buddy.
That's why that's all right. I will respond to her hypocrisy after I asked you an unrelated question. Like the blue sky question that you asked. If you don't mind. I'll ask a question like that and I'll answer any questions you have period. So if a dog is walking across the interstate, running across the highway, you say he's gonna die, I say he doesn't. He goes across the highway, he dies. You say, hey, you're wrong. I say, no, I'm not. You say, did he die? I say, yes. Is the debate over? Or can I say, yes, he died, but he died out of luck, not because you're right. He got hit by the car.
Is anybody tracking what he just said? I'm certainly not.
I'm asking you that once you ask me a question, I answer yes or no. Are you going to keep muting me and not letting me? Just because the bottom line answer is yes doesn't mean there's not other underlining factors that matter.
Okay, well, I'm muting you because you have some feedback on your mic, so I have to mute you whenever I speak. I'll just hold off when I start speaking, but I'm not going to stop muting you. I just
no, I'm not talking. No, it's more of when we get to debating, Dean, you mute me.
Sure, I'll stop muting you unless like you're at a very obvious end of your statement.
For sure.
Okay, now please respond to what I said.
All right, give me the question one more time, Dean.
Yeah, why you're such a fucking raging hypocrite. You're up here literally saying that you would prefer a president to be an adjudicated rapist that is openly boasted about perving on teenage girls and grown adult women in their changing rooms. And now we're figuring out, you'd rather have a president that does that compared to a president that brought Megan Thee Stallion.
You asked me which was worse, Dean, not which one would I rather have, Dean.
Yeah, asking you which one worse is like framing your argument to demonstrate which one you'd rather have. You'd rather have the lesser of two evils. That's the first thing that you said when you joined this live. Also, not to mention that you were literally a Trump supporter, and your argument insofar as why you'd rather have Trump than Kamala Harris is because of Megan Thee Stallion. It actually is the same exact thing. Now, you told us that you'd rather have a president that's an adjudicated rapist that has openly boasted about perving on naked underage teenage girls and grown adult women, compared to Kamala Harris, who brought Megan Thee Stallion on stage once at a concert because you think that she's a stripper and the sexualization of women is like bad, 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 bad. But then we find your eighth repost where you're unironically sexualizing a woman.
Am I the president of the United States, Dean? Do I have 200 plus million people?
Oh, but
So
I thought
there's
it was
not a
about your
difference,
daughters. But I thought it was
You're
about your.
gaslighting.
But I
So
thought it
there's
was
not
about
a-
your daughters. I thought it was about your daughters. You know, like promoting, like what you want for your daughters.
I can't even answer a question or speak without you muting me, bro.
Right,
That's
right,
lame,
right,
Dean.
right, right.
That's
No, go
lame,
ahead,
bro.
go
I
ahead,
didn't
go
follow
ahead.
you for that.
No, bro, you're
That's
good.
pretty lame, Dean.
Go ahead, bro.
It's a big difference, Dean, between me and the president of the United. First of all, Dean, I am a Black American. I live in the projects. If I go outside, Dean, there's at least almost every person out here is on food stamp or government assistance. Guess what, Dean? I know that if not all, 80% of the people who out here on food stamps can take their ass to work. Period. You ask me why I don't like Dems. Because I'm watching what they're doing in our community. They gave us subsidized housing to keep us here. The 2-year thing is a good thing. After 2 years, get off your ass and go find a job. For 400 years, but for 80 years, we've been sitting in this same spot for forever because they gave us free housing in the middle of shit.
What the dude? I don't. What the hardest pivot I've ever experienced on my life at any point in history ever, bro. Like my neck is broken and my ankles are out of socket after like that crazy pivot. So you bring up that you support Trump because you think that bringing Megan Thee Stallion on stage at a Kamala Harris rally was super bad. I bring up that Donald Trump is very bad for young women and girls because he promotes the idea that if you're a rapist, you could literally be the president. If you openly talk about being a P3, you could also be the president. And then you don't have a response. So then you're like, oh, guess what? Poor people are lazy. Like, what?
No, I had a response, Dean. I asked you if there wasn't a big difference between me and the president of the United States, Dean. Because you decided to talk about an 8th post on TikTok that just a random American had of a female sexualizing herself that I reposted.
Oh, first let's call women, not females. And I don't think that she was sexualizing herself. It was a clip of her with fully covered, just saying that it was her first day as a preschool teacher. You're saying that she was sexualizing herself because she had a large butt. That's what it is. And this is what a lot of women experience, right? The real world experience for so many women in America, for so many women in the world, is like
Dean,
the fact
what
of the
are
matter.
we talking?
The fact of the matter is, if they have a large
What are we
butt,
talking
if
about,
they
Dean?
have large breasts, no matter what they wear or how they present themselves, guess what? The men think they're sexualizing themselves. I mean, shit. I see this. I see this with my own girlfriend. My girlfriend talks about this often. How like regardless of what she wears or how she presents herself, right? She's always been dress coded
Very
in school
disappointing debate, Dean.
by the male teachers, regardless of what she'd wear, and how other people in her same circles that had a different body than her were able to wear significantly different clothes than she could, because regardless of what she wore, she was always sexualizing herself. So the reason why I'm giving you this longer explanation is just because of how like unfair it was for you to suggest that this woman in this clip was sexualizing herself, just because she had a large butt and she was presenting herself and clothes that covered her full body, talking about how it's her first day at work.
Dean, would you agree that you have no idea who that person is?
I do.
I
know who it is.
I
haven't
wasn't
seen the
asking
post.
you. Did you
Sure,
brought
I'm here,
some backup,
though.
Dean?
I'm
Did
here.
you need
I'm
it,
here.
Dean?
Listen.
You brought backup, Dean?
Hey,
You
world,
need it, Dean.
world,
You
world.
need it, Dean.
Listen. Bro,
Yeah,
This is
Dean.
what I need from you.
Hey, Dean.
Hold on.
One second,
This is
just
what
one
I'm
second,
trying to get
Santana.
Now, I'm going to be back in your live later.
Give me like 30 seconds here. So I didn't know that you have like a literal.
Kick me. We'll
I didn't know that you thought I had a.
We'll 1v1, Dean.
Do you
We'll
want
1v1.
How about we 2v2?
Add me later.
I got him.
Like I didn't know that you think I have a crystal ball. I told Santana before I even started my stream for the day that he could join up whenever he wants to if he wants to co-host. And I didn't know that like I had a crystal ball. I had a crystal ball, and I knew exactly at this time that I'd have like, you know, the what's the name from the Dune movies? The Lisan Al Gib or Al Ghi? I forget the name. Right, like the Trump supporter that's finally able to kick my ass join, and I'd have to call in backup. I didn't know that.
He's running because he's terrified. But first and foremost, that's not how you leave the app. You can still hear our voices coming out of your phone. Like if you want to leave, you have to come back and leave the right way. But even more than that, yeah, see, he just completely shut it off. Like I just finished up my live, and I was just like scrolling by to listen, which, you know, I hang out all the time, and I heard this guy saying the most unhinged things that I've ever heard. And so I'll get out of your way. I'll just say this, like, one, for anyone who is blaming Kamala and Megan Stallion or Kamala Harris, like that whole connection, the one thing that I'll just say is America hates women. Like that's the easiest way to say it. And no matter if it's them, quote unquote, sexualizing themselves, or it's people actually sexualizing them, whether it's, you know, them needing or wanting access to have bodily autonomy, like it's just a whole thing. Like there's no excuse, and like America just hates women.
And like even like more specifically in the context of the conversation that, you know, I was having with that last guest about Megan Thee Stallion, America hates women, but like more specifically, while they hate all women, they also really hate black women.
Oh, that's misogynoir.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like that also like needs to be called out. It just seemed like, you know, that last guest held so much disdain for black women that he would prefer a rapist to be in the Oval Office. So, yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can. What's
Hello?
up, man? Do you support Trump?
Hey, did you ever consider that it's not a question that the big D is all of the bad things that you say? Maybe you should consider that everyone knows that. Like everyone's heard it, and we've heard it, and we've heard it, and they still voted not for him, but against you. There's some point in time when you're going to have to remember that things haven't always been the way they are now. And they're not going to stay that way either. Let me get a case in point. And if you start interrupting me, either way, this next election, your line of thinking will be abandoned by the Democrats. Abandoned. Because there's no possible way to keep it up. They tried doing it your way and lost tragically to a guy that is all the things you say. They lost to a guy that is so bad. You guys have to use his name to earn money like you're doing right now. In order to get the voters back, they're going to have to lean right, which means you guys will drain out. Just like the path of least resistance, you will fall out of the system like water. The problem is,
like water,
the party can see where the voters are laying, and it's not on your side. In order to get the voters back, they're going to have to, one, get the middle back into the Democrats, because we all left. We've been gone for years now because of you. And everyone who landed. Go ahead. Sorry. Everyone who landed in the Republican Party are going to stay there. So they're going to have to make their ideology more right-leaning, meaning you are going to get abandoned. Now, we've seen them abandon the people that propped them up prior. In fact, up till now, the Democrats have abandoned every group they've pandered to that propped them up ever since they started. Ever since. Even the slave owners, the Klan, everyone, the pointy hat, white pajama people, those are Democrats. And as soon as they're like, well, we're not Democrats anymore, they go, oh, but the pointy hat pajama people are going to get you if you don't vote for us. They threaten us with them either way. The point is, you guys are going to be phased out. Your mentality that you're feeding on, literally, you are coming on here using the name of the T-Man. I don't even say his name because I don't get paid for it. You see what I mean? You say his name because you get paid for it. You need him for your rent. You need him for your baloney. You need him to fuel your bullshit. You need him or you are irrelevant. That's all I had to say. Thank
Very
you.
nice, sir. Don't worry. I have a response. I would really appreciate if you'd wait. Oh, sorry, Santana. I didn't mean to mute you. I meant to mute the guest. Feel free to unmute yourself. I would really appreciate if you'd hang out and wait for my response because it sounds like you're really confident.
It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. You're going to say some dumb shit.
No, man, because I feel like what you're suggesting here is a whole lot of claims that you have a lot of confidence in. So if you have so much confidence in them, you obviously won't mind me testing them. I find too often guests like yourself come up here with hate and disdain in their heart without a brain cell in their head. So they want to say everything that they find to be the case, but you know that I'm right about everything that I say, so therefore you won't possibly entertain a conversation where I could expose you as being wrong. And of course,
it's so fucking hypocritical for him to come up here and him to actually have the opportunity to speak and then run as soon as he was done. First and foremost, bro thought he was the main character. He literally thought that he was, like Joker and was giving the actual Joker speech. And then to take off running before
it's what they do. They like to do that. They love to do that a lot. They like to stand on their podium, say their little speech, then leave because they can't handle conversation. You want to know the one thing?
You're so much better than me because I would have cut him off.
Yeah. No, I'll let them say whatever they want to say. I mean, I do try to foster like inviting conversation with everybody that disagrees outside of like hardline fascists. What's up? Do you support Trump? No. Yeah, but no, if you want to know something that is definitely going to be phased out of American politics, definitely with like an intellectual enlightenment, is going to be people like that. That just think that whatever they say is right, don't really put much evidence-based research into what they say. Then not even like when anybody like calls them out on their bullshit or like pushes on them, they disengage. They disengage before anybody has a chance to call them out on their bullshit. Like that echo chamber, like that's the one that's going to diminish and phase out and go away as soon as Trump's out of the office. I mean, that is what Donald Trump invited. The whole lie, spew wrongs, say whatever you want. And then whenever anybody disagrees with you, fucking sue them or disengage. Like that is what is going to be phased out. Now, welcome in Pale. Do you support Trump? Gotta mute your mic there, man. Holy shit. Yo, Caitlin! Thank you for the $200 donation over on Venmo. This person has an echo. Caitlin, thank you so much for the love, dude. We are paying the bills with Trump's name today. Holy fuck, yo. Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate you for that, Caitlin. If everybody could please show some love to Caitlin down below in that comment section while we're working on loading that next guest up, that would be great. That's Caitlin with a K, by the way. Go ahead.
Sorry. I got two whenever you finish.
Okay, quickly. Caitlin says, you deserve all the donations and so much more. Thank you for being a voice for the voiceless. You are amazing. Please stay safe and please keep fighting the good fight. Caitlin, I really appreciate you so much for being here. You've been so kind to me today and yesterday. Holy crap, Caitlin. I don't even know if like saying thank you will do enough. Just know that I really appreciate you. You were so incredibly kind. Thank you, Caitlin. Show some love to Caitlin down below. As well as Alexandria. I'd like to thank you for the $20 donation over on Venmo 10 minutes ago. Seeing me and my bestie Devlin love your live streams. I appreciate you and Devlin for being here, Alexandria. Shout out to Alexandria and Devlin down below. And then Libby, 4 minutes ago, with the $50 over on Venmo. Holy shit. Thank you so much for the love, Libby. Thank you so much. Let's get 500 Libby W's down below. Libby says, that last guest was a black man who was okay with Hulk Hogan, an explicit racist at Trump's campaigning events. That's a good point. You know, like what could the systemic impacts of that been socially speaking on like promoting the acceptance of racism? Absolutely, Libby. As well as Emily, thank you for the $20 on Venmo, saying to keep fighting the good fight, Dean. You'll never be phased out. Well, I appreciate you so much for your kind words. Show some love to all of the donors down below. Alexandria, Libby, Caitlin, and Emily. Thank you guys so much for your love and for your kindness. As well as I'd like to thank Mary for the $10, and then Lauren for the $15, and saying sending love from Germany. Love to Germany. Thank you for being here, Lauren. Thank you for the $15. Thank you so much. Show some love to all of our donors down below in that box. If you got a couple people to thank over at Santana.
Yeah, really quick, just two W's in the chat for Jesse. Thank you for the 5. Yeah, listen, he crashed out before I could say a word. So yeah, that happened. Also, Priscilla, thank you for the 1. Yeah, I was going to get into the whole government housing thing. Like, it's weird how they come up and they have these obscure talking points that can easily be, refuted. And also they don't stand on any type of morals. So thank you for the donations.
Welcome in, Suits. Do you support Trump?
I do, yeah.
Okay. Why is that?
It's because I love Hitler. I love Hitler. I love Hitler. I love Hitler. I love Hitler.
All right. Goodbye. We're going to move on to the next guest, guys. Let's see what the next guest has to say. Make sure you're in that queue that you support Trump. we're going to go to get reloaded into the stream. You know what would be great, everybody, is if you don't even give what that last guest said a reaction. He just came up here to say that to get a reaction. That's like, that's obviously why. So if we just all like don't give him what he wants, we don't give him that reaction. Like imagine how embarrassed he must feel. We're going to move on to the next guest, Tylen. Everyone just give us a minute to get that next guest loaded in. Give us a minute to get that next guest, guys. Go to put a mag with your rage double in the What? What? Holy shit. What an echo. Jeez. Okay. We're going to move on to the next guest here, everybody. Guys, we are seriously looking for one Trump supporter to come up here and have a debate with us. If you're in that queue, make sure that you're at least 18 years old, you're from America, and you are willing and ready to come up here and have a debate about why you support Trump. What's up? Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that took a while to answer. Take it away. Why do you support Trump?
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He's a good dude. Okay, well, apart from that being like an incredibly like intellectually lazy response, it's also not true. Good men don't grape women. Good men don't sexualize 10-year-old girls. Good men don't boast about pervert on naked underage teenage girls at Miss Teen USA. Good men certainly don't say the best thing that could ever happen to a woman is pregnancy. And good men also don't advocate for the total segregation of all Muslims from being barred from entry into America. Good men also don't advocate for trillions of dollars worth of cuts to reduce the after-tax income in totality of the average American and everybody below the average American. And good men are not best friends with P3DOs and billionaire human traffickers.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, so I came up here to just kind of say that like the only thing he's been good on is the border. Everything else he's practically failing. So,
okay, so overall, do you support him or not?
It's getting harder to.
Okay, well, I'm gonna make it even harder. I'm gonna make it even harder for you. I don't know if this will like be a debate or whatnot because it seems like you don't really support him, but I'm going to make it even harder for you to support him just real quick if you'll give me 30 seconds here. The only reason why we've seen a reduction in undocumented entry is because he's a fucking fascist that is violating the human and constitutional rights of the immigrants in this country. We've seen a reduction in undocumented entry not because of better border secure, better border patrol, or like long-form proactive policy to fix the issues that exist at the southern border. It's the same reason why we've seen a reduction in tourism, why we've seen a reduction in travel for business or leisure. It all relates back to his treatments of immigrants that are already in the country. He is restructuring the incentives for entry in the first place. Undocumented immigrants expect a higher quality of life, so maybe that's why they enter, but they are no longer doing that because he is violating the human and constitutional rights of those that are already in the country by sending people like Abrigo Garcia to be beaten and tortured for 3 weeks in El Salvador, or illegally deporting undocumented immigrants, ignoring their constitutional right to due process.
Well, that did make it harder for me.
And
that was weird.
If you'd like to see a long-form video about me addressing more of my thoughts as it relates to immigration, go to my TikTok account. I want you to scroll down around, I don't know, like what is it? 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. It is my 22nd video, my 21st video that you'll find on the page. It has 6.4 million views, and it's me sitting a little bit like this with a red long sleeve polo on. It is a 5.5 minute video going over exactly why I think that Donald Trump's immigration policy absolutely sucks. So, yeah, I'd recommend that too. Thank you for joining.
I am curious, right? I voted for Trump in 2016. Then I didn't do it in 2020. I voted for Jo Jorgensen. I thought she was a great candidate. It's kind of upsetting that she didn't even get a chance to get in the debates. But then I went back to Trump this past election. I'm just curious who you see as a contender on the left, because I'm not against voting for somebody on the left if they, make some good points and you know what I mean? Like if they have stuff that I agree with, then I'll vote for them. I'm not right. I'm not.
I'll answer your question. I'm going to kick you, though, to move on to debate, but I will answer your question nonetheless. I think the big contenders on the left right now are going to be Pete Buttigieg, Kamala Harris, and maybe even Gavin Newsom. And that's not speaking for my approval or disapproval. That's just speaking for where the public sentiment lies. Welcome in.
Don't forget Andy Bashir.
I'm just here to say I'm proud of your mustache, man. I'm glad you're growing one now. You're looking good, son. And tell them to unmute me, please.
Okay. Wait, have you been here before? Okay.
Right.
He has been here before. We're going to move on to the next guest. Everyone, just give us a minute to get that next guest loaded into the box, everyone. Go to put a MAGA with your age down below in that chat if you'd like to join, y'all. We got Side Valve Big Twin loading in right now, everybody. Dude, oh my God, Caitlin, with another $100 donation over on Venmo. Jeez, Caitlin, you've shown so much love today. Caitlin says, I split this between yourselves, between Santana and Dean. You are both doing such amazing work, and we greatly appreciate it. Dean and Santana, you are amazing. Caitlin, that is so kind of you. Everybody, show some love to Caitlin down below. Yo, Santana,
You already know what I'm gonna say, Dean.
if you could send me over the link to your Venmo on text, I'd love to send that to you.
You already know what I'm gonna say, Dean.
It better not. It better be the handle of your Venmo.
Yeah, whatever. No.
Send it over.
Thank
No.
you, Caitlin. You're awesome.
That's going to you, bro. Text me your Venmo right now. If you don't, I'm just gonna ask my Discord. They already know what it is. So you know what? Actually, Discord.
Friends don't do that with friends. I'll tell you the same thing I tell Parker. Start a tab. We'll next time we see each other, we'll do dinner. It'll be dinner on you.
Well, it can be dinner on me, and I'll send that over to you. Discord, you know what to do. Send me over his Venmo. I'm going to get that over to him. Now, welcome in. Do you support Trump, new guest?
Hell no.
Based? Hell yeah, based alert. Okay, guys. How about this? Go ahead and put a MAGA down below in that chat if you support Trump. Yo, Damon, also thank you for the $20 super chat over on Venmo, YouTube, saying this money can be used for a sandwich. Good job. Dude, hell yes. W sandwich money. More Uncrustables, another like 3 weeks worth of Uncrustables. LFG, dude. Fuck yes. Thank you for the $20, Damon. You were phenomenal. As well as Laser with the $25 over at Venmo. Laser says, Dean, as an 18-year-old black woman who's experienced racism for most of my life, I just wanted to say thank you for speaking up and standing up for us. Keep fighting the good fight, sir. Laser, all the love to you. Thank you for being a part of the community, and thank you so much for watching the streams. All the love to you, Laser. Show some love to Laser and Damon down below. Now, welcome in, Tucker. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, lad. So I reckon I like cheese, yeah. What do you reckon on cheese?
Okay, big cheese fan over here. 18-month age good is the best. Some goat cheese from Holland's also phenomenal. Throw that on a little rosemary salt cracker with some of that fig jam. And oh my lord, you are floating because your taste buds are soaring through the skies like it's heaven. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes.
All right. How old are you?
23.
And why do you support Trump?
I don't. I'm Canadian. I just wanted to ask you a question, to be honest.
No. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, I don't know what's going on, bro. This queue sucks today. Y'all, please follow the rules.
There's someone in the chat that I know for sure is a Trump supporter. His name's Elliot, and the reason why I know is because he talks crap in my chat all the time, but is afraid to request up. But he was saying MAGA like he wanted to come up. So Elliot, get in the box. I don't see you.
If Elliot hops in, we'll happily have a chat. Welcome in, the Chum Guy. Do you support Trump?
Sorry.
You have been in the queue since I started the stream. That guest has been in the queue for the last 45 minutes. They were literally one of the very first people to join, and I finally got around to them. They have heard me repeat the rules like a billion times. I do not accept your apology. I don't accept your apology. Well, welcome in. What's going on, Miranda? Do you support Trump? No, Miranda's not here. Okay, guys, we are officially done pulling from the queue. At this point, we are only going to be pulling from the comment section. So now is your point. Now is your time to shine. If you want to come up, put a MAGA in the chat with your age. Don't forget the age. If you are in America, at least 18 years old, and support Donald J. Trump, and you are ready and willing to come up here on live and have a conversation with me and Parker. How about that? How about it? How about it, everybody? How about it? Okay, Gabby's down there spamming MAGA 23. For whatever reason, I can't invite you. Let's go and get Baza up here. Guys, put a MAGA with your age down below. We'll happily get you pulled up. Yo, Anna, thank you for the $10 over on YouTube Super Chat. I actually need to look into Andy Bashir. That's a good idea.
Hold on.
Thank you, Anna.
Sorry.
What's
My
up?
bad.
What's up? You support
How
Trump?
are you? Oh, hold on. Yes, I do. But I did have a...
Wait, what
before
time
we
is
get
it?
into that one, I do have a real quick question for you, mate.
Oh, did I say me and Parker? Sorry, not Parker, Santana. I'm sorry, Santana. I accidentally called you Parker.
Been called worse.
Dude, I've watched like Parker do that. It's because Parker and me co-host so much. I think that both like me and Parker have accidentally called our co-hosts that aren't either of us like each other's names.
I get it, especially when you're trying to multitask.
Yeah, my bad, bro. My bad. We're gonna get that next Trump supporter up in here, as well as I gotta go open up the door to the office because my kitty's trapped. My kitty's she's sitting so patiently at the door. I need to go let her out. Welcome in. What's up, Jack? Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
All right, take it away. Why do you support the worst president of your life?
Well, I got one thing to say, and that's just Cookie King logs you to oblivion.
Right. Yeah. The Mount Max.
Yeah.
The Mount Max.
He
Max
does.
Really put him
He's
on
been
the map.
doing really good.
So real. So why do you support
Yeah.
Trump?
Nah, I don't.
Okay. Bye, Jack. We're on like, I don't know, 20 minutes without a debate now. Getting crazy, everybody. Nobody wants to chat.
Hold on. I see Elliot. He just dropped. Let me send him an invite.
Welcome in, Toby. Do you support Trump?
This type of debate is not helpful.
Okay. Are you trying to debate me on that? See the flaw in your logic? You're trying to debate me on if debate is helpful.
I'm going at 80 miles per hour on the 101.
Yeah, pop out of here, bro. Stay safe. Moving on to the next guest. All right, guys, we're gonna go get the next guest up here. I gotta go release a cat.
Yeah, I got you.
Damn, that's crazy.
300. Are you a Trump supporter?
Hell yeah. I mean, I didn't vote for Trump, but I am one. I voted
How
for
old
the
are you?
I did a little jokey joke with my group.
Sure. How old are you?
18.
Okay, what year were you born?
Kitty's been released.
2007.
2007.
Of May. Yeah.
Yo, are you MAGA?
I mean, not MAGA.
Support
Wait,
Trump?
what month?
Yeah, I support May.
Okay.
All right, why do you support Trump, bro?
I mean, I love his policies on, what's it called? I'm a little slow today. Deportation.
So you support his policy of mass deportation?
Yes.
Okay. Why?
Because I think there's better ways to get into this country than sneaking in.
Okay. How about this? Also, don't call yourself slow, bro. That's not good. Don't do it.
I've been
Don't
called
do it.
slow my entire life.
Yeah,
Well,
but that's ableist.
Yeah, never accept that from anybody. Don't call yourself that. Now, all right, how about this? Would you agree with me that conceptually speaking, a bad policy would be one that produces more negative outcomes than positive outcomes, and a good policy would be one that produces more positive outcomes than negative outcomes?
Yeah.
So your goal in the debate would be to argue that there's more positive than negative outcomes of mass deportation. My goal would be to argue that there's more negative outcomes than positive ones, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll start off by naming the negative outcomes, and then you'll go on to name the positive outcomes. We're both going to be specific. So one negative outcome of mass deportation is a reduction in our GDP by around $1.1 trillion through $1.7 trillion per year. This figure is being pulled from the Center on American Progress, and this figure represents the direct contribution of the 8.3 million undocumented laborers, as well as the value in which is extracted off of them by their employer. Another negative outcome would be a higher level of poverty, which is created by a reduction in the productivity of the economy and the mass layoff of 8.3 million workers, as well as the third negative outcome, which would be a higher level of crime due to the fact that our country would experience more poverty. Fourth negative outcome would be a lower level of taxable revenue into our government because undocumented immigrants pay close to $100 billion per year in taxes. And a sixth negative outcome would be a higher bill that our government has to pay every year for paying for the operation in of itself, which is estimated to total to around $1 trillion through $2 trillion over the course of the next 10 years. So there are 6 very direct, very specific negative outcomes of mass deportation. What are the very direct, very specific positive outcomes on America that would follow from mass deportation?
I think we need to get rid of certain criminals, like people part of Mexican gangs.
Okay. Also, everybody in the chat is saying that you're underage. Is that true?
He's not. No. He's not. I verified his age, and they're saying that he didn't vote. He admitted that he didn't vote, but he supports Trump.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's good.
Okay. So now you're saying that a positive of mass deportation is the removal of like undocumented immigrants with like prior violent offenses, etc.?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, what if I told you that we could like deport them without doing a mass deportation? So that's not a benefit that's exclusive to mass deportation. In fact, that could also be a benefit that would be seen under like mass amnesty, where we offer undocumented immigrants without prior violent offenses, without pretty insane nonviolent criminal offenses, outstanding warrants from other countries, a pathway to serious citizenship, and then we deport everybody else. So because it's not a positive outcome that's specific to mass deportation, I'm going to ask you to try again.
You spoke way too fast for me, bro.
Listen, at the end of the day, that's just not a positive outcome that we could only attribute to mass deportation. We could also remove immigrants with prior violent offenses through mass amnesty and only deport the
why did
undocumented
Blue
immigrants.
Brick just say he loves CP?
What the fuck? You're right. There is somebody in the chat named Blue Brick that is spamming that. I see them too. Well, they're blocked. Go ahead and continue. Do you want to respond to what I said?
I mean, there was certain things kind of debated, but like, I don't know. I just don't like abortion, stuff like that. I think, what?
Now you're changing the topic of the conversation.
Because I don't know much on deportation.
Okay, that's fine. So if like you don't know much of the positive outcomes, but I was able to name like 7 specific negative outcomes.
I mean,
right now, like a rational actor in your position would either concede and say that you're wrong and that mass deportation is a bad idea, or at the very minimum remain agnostic until further research is done.
Yeah, but like, you gotta admit that one cop that got shot by immigrants is kind of wild.
I mean, I haven't looked into the specifics. I think that, people getting shot in the head for no reason is bad. But if you want to talk about acts of violence, well, what about the acts of violence on January 6th, such as when DJ Rodriguez drove a stun gun into the neck of a cop named Officer Falcone and gave him a heart attack and then was sentenced to 12 years in jail. But then when Donald Trump was inaugurated for his second term, he called him a patriot and let him out.
That is pretty true, but there's also a bunch of other riots that are happening right now, like the California riots.
Well, those happened a little bit ago, and they were, for the most part,
I
peaceful.
thought they were still happening.
Also, they weren't riots; they were protests, and the only reason they escalated is because Donald Trump actually went against what the governor of California was requesting and tried to send deploy the National Guard when that was not requested. And even more so, trying to militarize ICE. And so things were exacerbated by the fact that Donald Trump did that. Literally in LA, they had everything under control. The LAPD did a great job, even so much so that Donald Trump said that, the quote unquote riots are now under control thanks to the deployment of the National Guard. But this was prior to the National Guard even going into California. It was because of the LAPD.
Also, you said that they're still happening. Where are they still happening?
Oh, I thought they were.
Where?
Somewhere. Weren't they like firebombing cop cars?
Where were they? I was just
I'm pretty sure.
LA? Oh, well, that doesn't make sense because 2 days ago, or like last night technically, I got back from a week-long trip to LA. And you know where I stayed? In a hotel in downtown LA. And you know where I drove around to? Like everywhere. I was always in a car looking at different parts of LA to do different things. I don't think I ever saw any of these riots that you're describing.
They were happening. We have video evidence of that.
Well, now you're shifting your claim from they are to they were. Which one is it?
I mean, I'll concede that you were right. They're not happening anymore. I thought they were.
Okay. So why do you support Trump?
Honestly, the abortion laws are really weird right now.
So you think that more women should lose access to abortion?
It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like under certain circumstances they should be allowed to do that. But if it's like a healthy person with a healthy baby with like they're completely healthy, nothing's going to go wrong, then no, we should not abort that baby.
Okay, what about if they're a victim of rape?
Then I mean, that's a touchy situation. I mean, sure. But
They
like not take it
should
away.
be allowed access to abortion?
Yes.
Okay. So now in elective circumstances, healthy mother, healthy fetus, conceived by consensual intercourse, why should she not be able to access abortion?
Because that's wrong. That's
Okay,
immoral.
Why is it wrong? Why is it immoral?
You're killing off something that doesn't deserve it. Like
Well-
if it's completely sexual, it's
Okay,
the adult's decision
listen.
not to use protection.
Listen, what do you mean by deserve it there?
Wait.
You said that you're killing something that's living that doesn't deserve it. Like, what do you
Yeah,
mean by
it is
deserve?
like it didn't ask to be born. Like it didn't ask to be concepted.
Okay, it didn't ask to exist, and therefore you kill. It's wrong. I mean, like the bacteria in our teeth plaque
Still
didn't ask
killing
to
something
exist.
at the end of the day.
Okay, if it's just ending biological life, that's wrong. I mean, you do that when you brush your teeth, and you do that when you, pay to eat chicken nuggets. So, are you like a vegan that has dirty teeth?
No, I am a vegan though. I think everything deserves life.
Do you think that you'd support a president that enforced vegan ethics by banning, killing cows, chickens, pigs, etc.?
Can you reword that?
Yeah, would you support criminally enforcing laws surrounding punishment for individuals that kill non-human animals, thereby legally enforcing veganism?
I mean, no, because I'd be taking away our free will as humans.
Okay, so if you don't think we should ban killing a cow, why should we ban killing a fetus?
Because the fetus wasn't born and raised to be killed. The cow was.
So if a woman impregnated herself for the purpose and intention of getting an abortion, thereby making that fetus born and raised to be killed, you'd be okay with a woman getting an abortion in that circumstance?
That would just be wrong.
So therefore, the argument that it's okay in one circumstance but not the other doesn't relate back to this idea that they're being born and raised to be killed.
You're basically raising a child to be slaughtered, which is completely wrong.
I mean, obviously, I'd agree with you, but it was your argument that you as a vegan think it should be illegal to kill a fetus, but not a cow, because a cow is born and raised to be killed and the fetus wasn't. So therefore, if we want to test your logic here, according to it, it would not be wrong for a woman to get an abortion, given that conception occurred with the intent of bringing that life into this world to inevitably kill through an abortion.
Hold up, I'm thinking. My brain's starting to work.
All right, we're just trying to relate back to why you think that an abortion is immoral. You said it's because a fetus is alive, thereby you think it's wrong to kill things that are alive. I asked you if you were a vegan. You said
You
yes.
don't kill a baby cow in the womb. You don't pluck it out when it's getting concepted.
Okay. So should we just wait for fetuses to grow up and be adults before we kill them?
No, that'd just be murder.
Okay. All right. So it looks like that argument didn't work either.
So you're saying, right, that if we raise humans to be slaughtered like cattle,
Given your logic, it'd be okay. Or at least should be legal.
I mean, technically abortions are kind of legal now in certain states like blues.
I know, but the argument isn't if they are legal, the argument is that they should be legal.
I mean, at the end of the day, we all have free will. We all make choices. We're all adults. So if you get pregnant, not by grape or some other method, it's consensual. Uh-huh.
Talking to Dean, not you.
Oh, okay.
So, all right, if I jump in just for a second.
Yeah, take it away.
So, question. Do you think the main point of sex is to get pregnant?
No, but that's why there are condoms and stuff to prevent that.
Yeah, I hear you. How many times a month do you think that a woman can actually get pregnant?
Like 2 weeks, 14
Wrong.
days maybe.
Wrong. The ovulation period is shorter. It depends on certain women, but the window can be from one specific day to about 2 or 3 days, but it's a very, very short period. Now, how often do you think a man can get someone pregnant out of, let's say, a 30-day month? Or 30-day month.
Quickly, I also just like to bring up whenever anybody makes that point in my live, that sperm can live for 4 or 5 days inside of a woman's uterus. So even though ovulation
Good
only
point.
occurs for a handful of
Good
days,
point.
sperm can still live for longer. I make sure to always say that.
That's a good point.
I make sure to always say that. It's important for everybody that hears the idea that you could only get pregnant for a handful of days a month, that sperm can also live inside of a uterus for a week. That's very important information. Now
Good
go
point.
ahead.
Are you talking to the guy?
I was
Anyway.
talking to everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How often out of a 30-day month, how often can a man get a woman pregnant?
I'm guessing the same time period.
No, every single day.
Oh.
Literally every single day. Are you an advocate for mandatory vasectomies for young men?
I mean, that'd be killing off the human population.
No. Vasectomies are safe. They're reversible. They're outpatient surgery. And with advocating for mandatory vasectomies, it eliminates the quote unquote need for an abortion. So if you were truly trying to address the issue of abortion and you wanted it to quote unquote protect human life, then you would actually go to the root of the cause, which would be mandatory vasectomies for men instead of actually trying to regulate women's bodies.
Keep your hands off my balls.
Okay, that was pretty funny, but how's your Encrustable? It looks yummy.
Bro, respond to what Santana said.
I was about to say lock in.
Oh, no. That Encrustable, though. But, like, by your logic, it shouldn't be the same for women, too?
No, I'm just saying if you were so worried about, abortions and what's happening, why wouldn't you be an advocate for actually really addressing the issue?
Wait, actually, what he said by your logic, wouldn't it be the same for women too, is true, right? Yeah. If you want to advocate for men to have mandatory vasectomies, by virtue of that, you can also argue that women should be banned from getting abortions. But it's a flip side, the reverse of this, in which Santana's arguing, is that because you're arguing that women should be banned from getting abortions, thereby an extension of the logic, as you already accepted, would be forcing men to get mandatory vasectomies.
I mean, yeah, but that would be taking away your free will.
Okay, well, if you think the 2 points are logically connected, as you pointed out they were, if it takes away the free will of a man, wouldn't that also be impeding upon the free will of the woman?
She's still allowed to get an abortion if she gets raped. That's what I'm saying. Or something bad happens.
Right, it's the cases where you don't think it should be allowed, but by this logic it would follow they have had their free will taken away.
Yeah, but hold up. You're speaking way too fast for me. I'm a little, slow.
Bro,
you gotta stop saying that.
Oh, my mic's not muted. Sorry, guys.
But you're still taking away a free will of another human being that's being born in you.
Taking away the free will. Wait, actually, no, you're not. Would you say that prerequisite to free will is like having a will? Right? In order to have free will, you first must necessarily have a will. Okay? And I think in order to have a will, you need to have some type of subjective conscious experience. So in other words, at the end of the day, in order to have free will, you have to possess some subjective conscious experience. Now, do fetuses possess said subjective conscious experience? No. So therefore, they don't possess a free will. So your argument would be incorrect.
Yes, but can grow into having a free will.
In the future? Yeah. No, for sure. Just like a 10-year-old would be 18 in the future. Should we give a 10-year-old the right to consent to sex now because they'll be 18 in the future? No, they have to actually be 18 first. Just like we shouldn't give a fetus the right to life now because they will be sentient with a free will in the future. They should be sentient and possess that free will first.
But it's still going to turn... Hold up. So you're saying that a 10-year-old with minimum brain can... God damn, the day.
Well, I'm just saying that we shouldn't extend people rights based upon what they will experience in the future. We should wait until they're actually experiencing it. That's like the framework that we use when delineating that 18-year-olds can consent to sex. They have to possess these sufficient cognitive faculties to wrap their head around what sex is and what it leads to understand it, to make informed consent. And just because the 10-year-old has the potentiality to experience those brain states in the future doesn't mean we should extend them that right now, just like a fetus has the potentiality to experience the brain states in the future to deploy a low level of subjective experiences, thereby granting them that right to life, giving them that free will. That doesn't mean that we should extend them that right to life now.
But does it have a heartbeat?
Yeah, it does, but we don't value heartbeats. enough to like treat that as a trait that gives somebody or something the right to life. Like brain dead patients have them. We don't give brain dead patients the right to life. A lot of, if you're not a vegan, you don't give cows, chickens, or pigs the right to life, but yet they have heartbeats.
Yeah, but
now that just goes back to this. You give a cow the right to life, just like you give a fetus the right to life, correct?
I think they deserve it. I don't think we should put laws that in place that limit people to having it.
Okay, why don't we just do the same thing for fetuses?
Because that's... Hold up. What's your definition of a fetus, first off?
It's just it's vague. Just treat it as like a growing human in a uterus outside of like the first couple steps of human development, like being a zygote or blastocyst. I don't have the medical definition on standby, but I mean, look at an unborn baby at like 10 weeks. That's a fetus.
That was complete. But when do you think abortion should not be allowed? Like the entire 9 months?
I'm not gonna answer that question until we're able to like seek some clarity on your position. We've been seeking clarity on your position for quite a while now, and we have not received it. If we don't receive clarity here in the next 30 seconds or so, we're gonna go ahead and kick you and move on.
I mean, yeah, cows do deserve life. Everything does. But we will still kill it at the end of the day because sustenance, the primal intent of men.
Okay. All right, man. I appreciate you for joining us. I still don't feel like we have any more clarity about your abortion position, and I hope that you have a good rest of the day. One thing I'd recommend to you is like just to recognize that like the ethics of abortion aren't cut and dry. They're actually like incredibly nuanced. Like studying like philosophy with an emphasis on ethics in school and dedicating a lot of my life to it, I've found conversations about the morality of abortion to be incredibly nuanced and incredibly complex at points. So instead of just saying, well, everybody around me is like fetuses have the right to life. Oh, they're humans. Therefore, we should ban women from getting abortions. Take a step back at the bare minimum, stay agnostic and do your research, do your reading, engage in conversations with people that disagree with you. Because like right now, you're totally lost in the sauce. And I just don't think that, being totally lost in the sauce from like minimal pushback on myself.
I didn't say ban abortions. I said for people, certain circumstances, yeah.
Abortion is healthcare.
In elective
Abortion is
circumstances.
healthcare. It's healthcare. Like you're restricting rights to bodily autonomy for women, and as a man advocating for that, it's weird. Sorry.
If you have consensual sex with a woman and you don't wear a condom, you are getting her pregnant.
Again, we've already established that the primary point of sex is not to get someone pregnant because of the time period. Like it's Dean just made the point. There's way more nuances. My point is, you're not a woman. You would make a decision about what you do with your own uterus. Stop worrying about other people's uterus. If you don't have a uterus, then stop worrying, period.
The silence is deafening.
Yeah, it is.
All right, we're going to move on to the next guest, everyone. Just give us a minute, y'all, to get that next guest loaded into the stream. If you're in that queue, make sure that you're at least 18 years old and you support Trump and you're ready and willing to come up here and have a debate. Everybody, let's go and load up that next guest, Dr. Keith. Oh, wait, Dr. Keith. I don't see him anymore. Unfortunate. Okay, we're going to go to get Courtney loaded up. And a handful of people I got to thank here real quick. Let's see here. Alex, thank you for the $5 over at Venmo saying, hey, Dean, back again. Now I listen to you every day at work. Yo, let's go, Alex. Thank you for tuning in. Daniel with the $4. Thank you so much for the love. Then Caitlin with another $100 donation over on Venmo. Holy fuck, Caitlin. Thank you so much. Let's get another 1,000 rounds of W's for Caitlin in that chat. Caitlin's whole message was just simply asking for your Venmo, Santana. You know what, Caitlin? I got you. If somebody in my Discord would drop Santana's Venmo in the live channel so I could forward it to Caitlin and send Santana $50, that'd be great. Thank you once again for the love, Caitlin, and as well as Aubrey. Thank you for the $5 over on Venmo. I appreciate you so much for your kindness and for the love. And hey, if you happen to be one of the nearly 12,000 people watching this stream right now in total on TikTok and YouTube, and you're like, hey, I like this Dean guy, he's pretty great, and you want to support me and support the streams, on TikTok, you can find my Venmo, my PayPal, and the link tree in my bio. Just click through my account, you'll find it. And on YouTube, you can find it either in the pinned message or in the description. And if you want to support Santana, I do believe that his pay links are in the same spaces. Now,
they are. Pay links in the bio. And also, thank you, Jesse, for the 3. You're right. He said you're correct. Men shouldn't be arguing for women's abortion right. Like, you're absolutely right. Let the women make the decision. Thank you, Jesse, for the 3.
I want to clarify. I think it's like totally fine for like men to like argue for the pro-choice perspective, because ultimately that's just arguing and amplifying the voices of women. So never be like disencouraged from doing that. At least from my perspective, like I think it's totally like fine, and honestly like encouraged for men to do that. Welcome in Air. Do you support Trump?
Yes, sir.
Have you been up here before?
Yes, sir. I'm back just for a brief moment.
All right, unfortunately, because you've been up here before, I'm going to go ahead and remove you here. Damon, thank you for the $20 super chat over on YouTube. Appreciate you for the love, Damon. Damon says, hey, Dean, you might have missed my last chat, but what are your views on Trump pulling out of the Paris Climate Agreement? Dude, so like, luckily, because of a lot of the American governors, like it's not going to be that big of a pragmatic problem. Because now like all of her state's governors have kind of coalesced and just reformed the same conditions offered under the Paris Climate Accord. So that's like the silver lining. But like the obvious downfall is just that we have like an idiot president that doesn't believe in climate change. Like fuck that, bro. So embarrassing. We're gonna move on to the next guest now, guys. Gonna put a mag with your age down below in that chat if you'd like to join. We're just looking for some people to join up, guys. We are only gonna be talking to Trump supporters. If you join this live and you're not a Trump supporter, you're gonna be very quickly banned. Welcome into You Support Trump notification.
Yes, I do.
You are a child. Ban. Johnny, what's up, you MAGA?
Hey, Dean, I just have something really important to say, and I hope you'll hear me out. It's about alligator Alcatraz, and I feel like people need to know this because there's a lot of things going around about it that I don't really think are true, and I want to like.
Yeah, quickly. Go ahead, man. Quickly. What do you have to say?
All right. So let me just say, I am a correctional officer in the state of Florida.
Okay, this is actually pretty valuable. Go ahead.
So I'm a correctional officer in the state of Florida, and they actually offered the different institutions to go and work for 2 weeks and then get sent back, and then we can like re-sign up and do it like that. So despite that, I have a lot of friends that also just quit and went to work over there. So there's two people that I really trust pretty much with my life that are over there right now, and they can't really tell me exactly what's going on. But for the most part, they have told me that people are being treated the way they are supposed to be treated. Like, I know there's stuff going around about like people are getting like one meal a day and stuff like that, and I've heard that thing. But like my friends that are there like right now,
do you support Trump?
You know what I'm saying? Like the people, I do not. But I'm really.
Yeah, buddy, I gotta kick you. That's not true, by the way. That's not true. The place was popped up in 8 days. I mean, we have had cameras go in. We have had Democratic representatives go in. We have done interviews with the people there. People are not being treated the way they're supposed to be treated. Now, of course, the people that work there would definitely say they're being treated the way that they're supposed to be treated, because the way that they think they're supposed to be treated is poorly. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
I do not, but I want to say that abortion.
I'm so sorry, Chantel. We are just looking for some people that support Trump to come up here and debate. Please, everybody.
Real quick. Guys, like, please respect Dean's boundaries. I understand that people want to actually say something, and you may want to come up to either say something to Dean or prove some type of point or whatever. But literally, we've been going back and forth, trying to get an actual debate in. Please respect the boundaries of the host. I'm sorry if you don't like. Dean's way nicer than me. I got the ability to kick people. I'm gonna start kicking you way quicker than he will. He's way nicer than I am. Respect his boundaries.
Welcome in, Boston. Do you support Trump? Okay, Boston. Jen's not here. Moving on to the next guest right now, everybody. Put a MAGA in that chat with your age if you'd like to come up, join, and have a dialogue. That's right, yo. Let's have a dialogue. Cam, thank you for the $10 over on Venmo. That is CIM. Cam says, keep fighting the good fight, man. Stay strong. You got this. Cam, I appreciate you for the love. Thank you for your kindness, as well as Vixen. Thank you for the $5 over on PayPal. I do really appreciate you so much for the love. Vixen says, I didn't want you to spread misinformation. A woman can be pregnant at any point, even on her period. Support your channel, though. Continue the good work. I'll make sure I do a little bit more.
Not be pregnant. That is true, but it's getting pregnant. Like, I think they missed the point. That's right. A woman can be pregnant and still have a period. That's not what's being said, though.
Okay. All right. Welcome in, Megan. Do you support Trump?
I do not. I did not request to be in there.
No worries, Megan. You probably accidentally clicked the button. Moving on to the next guest right now. We got Hardworking American joining up as we speak. As well, Sophia. Thank you for the $10 on Super Chat saying, hi, Dean. Can you say hi to my best friend, Alora? She introduced me to your videos. Oh, say happy birthday. Yo, Alora, if you're watching, happy birthday. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Live it up, have fun, and shout out to your BSF Sophia. W Alora. Happy birthday, Alora. W Sophia as well. Welcome in, Hardworking American. Do you support Chomp?
100% I do, sir.
Are you sure it's not like 99%? You know, like the whole associations with sending Epstein a letter of a naked woman with a statement, may every new day be another wonderful secret. That didn't bump you
That's
down
all
to 99?
conjecture. That's all conjecture. Pure conjecture.
Oh, okay.
Ostensible. That's a sensibility. That's ostensible.
So Donald Trump
yeah,
is suing
you can
the
knock
Wall.
it off.
Donald Trump is suing the Wall Street Journal for that
Yeah,
right
he's
now.
suing them.
So if the Wall
Yeah,
Street
'cause it's false.
if the Wall Street Journal wins that lawsuit, will you believe it?
No, I will not.
All right, buddy. We got a little bit of a cult member on the stream.
No, not at all. Not at all. To me, MAGA is a moronic statement. America's always been great and will always be great.
Oh, America's
So
not
I'm
always
MAGA
been
at
great.
all.
What?
It's always been great. For the inhabitants have been here, the inhabitants, for the future inhabitants and the past inhabitant, it doesn't matter.
Wait. Think
What
about it.
period
Like,
of time? What are you
like
talking about? Women's
Americans.
suffrage,
I'll give
civil
you. I'll
rights,
give you a
women-
handful of times. America during American slavery was not great. I mean, we upheld like a system of exploitation of humans based upon their race to use them to produce goods and commodities by forcing them to do labor and valuing them less than dogs, right? I mean, America was definitely not great at that point.
But we took accountability for it and we ended it.
So
Correct?
you're saying that America was
No.
better once we ended it? I don't know if there's any true accountability, but we'll talk about that because when it was in effect before it was ended, was America great?
Yes, America's always been great. Did you
Okay.
hear what I just said? And America will always be great.
Then what do you mean when you say America was great when we forcefully enslaved humans, exploited them because of their race to produce goods and labors via forced labor? Obviously,
Who didn't?
Like
Name
that
a-
was
name a group
really
of people who
bad,
didn't.
right?
Name a group of people who did it.
A straw man, assuming every country on Earth engaged in slavery at one point. This
Not
just
every.
means that every country on Earth hasn't always been great. And right now we're debating the fact that you think he was great during that time period. Now,
Well, the word great is
it was
very,
a
subjective, right?
straw man, and that's why I'm trying to understand what you mean when you say it was great. So when you say that America was great
The land
during American
itself.
slavery, what do you mean?
The land itself will always be great. The
how
land
can-
itself,
how can-
right? This
like
land
when you
is very
say
prosperous.
when you say like
You can
land,
grow stuff here. The land of America will always be great no matter what. I'm Native American, so the way that I feel about this land, I'm a pantheist, so
the
I worship
stolen land that
Mother
was
Earth.
stolen from indigenous people.
No,
So you're saying the
it was
land that was
conquered.
stolen from there's
Don't
no
say
way that you're
indigenous.
indigenous
Native
and you're
American.
sitting here saying that it was actually quote
You want me
unquote
to turn on my
conquered.
camera? Or actually, I can't turn on my
There's
camera.
no way you
100%
can
I'm
actually
Native
believe that. That is wild.
Yeah, yes, I do. And most Indians, we defend that. We want the names back. We want the
Again,
names back. We
wait.
want the
So
names
you're saying
back
you're
because that's
indigenous?
erased our history.
Are you
I'm
connected?
I'm Native American. I'm
Sure.
a Pomo.
Are you
know what
are you
Pomo is?
connected?
Northern-
Are you
Northern
connected?
California.
Are you connected?
Very much. My
So-
wife is an affirmative action Democrat.
Yeah,
and I'm a
that's
far right Republican.
that's cool. So you're connected.
Correct. Yes. Very much.
What's your band?
Okay.
I just told you Pomo Miwok.
And you're
Shingle
registered.
Springs. You ever heard of Shingle Springs? Registered Native American, sir. Shingle
And you're
Springs.
advocating for. You said it was conquered.
Native American for Trump. It's like I have a big flag that says Native American for Trump.
I want to like be clear here. You said it wasn't stolen; it was conquered. Well, I just went to Google. I typed in
Yes.
conquered.
Well, you're-
Let me finish. I typed in conquered definition, and according to Oxford Languages, the definition of conquered is as follows: of a place or people having been overcome and taken control of by military force. So, like, you're right. With this definition of conquered, the land was conquered, but I think it was stolen by being conquered. I don't think
Well,
that those
you gotta
two.
look up the etymology.
I don't think that
You wanna
those
get into
two.
semantics.
Those two
Well,
tools are
right?
separate.
Conquer. Well, no, it's like it is. Those two things are entirely separate.
How can they be separate? Because the definition of conquered is just taken control of something,
Because
either a place or
stolen,
people.
right?
One second.
Stolen is a whole
One second.
Go ahead, sorry.
The definition of conquered is just of a place or people having been overcome or taken control of by military force. If I was to send like a military force into your house to put you in cuffs and take you out, then to live there for the next 255 years, would you say that military force stole that house from you?
No, because that generally implies acquisition through military force and formal declaration, often as a part of a larger war effort, right? Where stolen suggests a more clandestine or morally questionable taking of property without the consent of knowledge or the original owners. So therefore, you were wrong, Dean.
Actually, you just affirmed that I'm right. You said that stolen would indicate, something that is like morally questionable or without consent.
Correct.
I have a question. Did the Indigenous
original
Americans
owners-
living in North America at the time give consent to be conquered?
You want to hear something? You probably won't
I
believe
just
me.
want a
We
yes
have a
or
thing
no.
called oral tradition.
Can I have a yes
It's
or
a
no?
yes. We knew this.
They gave consent
It's a
to
yes,
be
we knew about
conquered?
this.
Wait. If they gave consent to be conquered, why did they fight back?
Let me extrapolate, Dean. Let me extrapolate, please. Okay, we have oral tradition, right? And some Native Americans' oral tradition and our prophecy. We knew that a white-haired man would come. We knew that blonde hair, blue eyes. This is part of our prophecy, right? Not every Native American has the same prophecy, Dean.
I'm sorry. I'm just going to kick you off. I can't handle that shit. I'm sorry. Just not today, dude. Not today.
Fucking wild.
Yeah. Not today, bro.
Can I do two things real quick? Colleen, thank you for the 5, and Abby also thank you for the 5. And one thing I do want to correct myself on with the whole pregnancy thing. So yes, technically a woman can get pregnant at different points for more than just the ovulation period. It's just that it's more likely during ovulation. It's harder during different points. So yes, you're absolutely right. Want to make sure I correct that. It's less likely. It's not probable. So yes.
All right. Someone in the chat said Dean couldn't take it. Damn straight I couldn't take it. Damn straight I couldn't take it. Welcome in, Sarah. Do you support Trump?
No.
I'm going to go ahead and assume that no is directed to us. Bye, Sarah. Have a good rest of your day. Yeah, damn straight I couldn't take that shit. Are you kidding me? Kevin in the chat said, guess beat you? Dean got cooked? Dude, I'm going to invite these drones to join. Tanner, you said...
They're not going to come up.
Dean got invited you. Join, you drone. I can't believe these people are real. Oh my goodness. Hello, do you support Trump, Courtney? Okay, guess not. Santana, it accidentally kicked you instead of kicking Courtney. Feel free to hop back in that queue. I'll happily get you right back up in here. It's this weird glitch where instead of kicking the guest, it kicks the other guest. When I'm coasting with, I actually just sent you an invite, Santana. It happens like all the time when I have Parker up here. All right, let's go get that next guest loaded in. Santana, I sent you an invite. Welcome in, DD. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Age, please.
18, barely turned.
All right, phenomenal. Boo in LA. Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
You do?
Hell yeah. What a wonderful man.
Are you trolling?
No. Who else has controlled the people for two separate presidential terms?
Okay, yo, DD, you gotta hop back in that queue. We're gonna talk to Boo. Okay. We're gonna talk to Boo. Boo, all of our focus is on you right now, sir. Hello, you know what, Boo? Before we hop into the debate, let's just have a little bit of civil discourse. Where are you from? How you doing? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
California.
Very nice. And how old are you?
That's personal. Old enough to vote. Let's just say that.
There's people in the comment section saying that this is an 8-year-old. You sound like it's like 75.
That's what I was thinking.
75? Put it this way, my IQ is triple digits, just below genius.
Are you a member of Mensa?
Smart.
I think that was just some old head having fun. They were trolling, probably. I hope I'm like that when I'm that age, you know? I love it. Honestly, like older trolls like that, I don't care. I don't care. If you're some like 75, 80-year-old that comes up here and trolls, I don't give a shit. You are more than welcome to, you know. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the next guest, Don. Here we go, everybody. Yo, Erica, thank you so much for the $20 over on Vim. I appreciate you for that love, Erica. Erica says, Alex and I have missed you. Glad you are back. Let's hope you realize how much you are of a part of a lot of people's days. You know what, Erica? There is like a core community here who truly does come here every single day. And I love y'all. Thank you so much for the $20, Erica. Let's get 200 Erica W's down below, as well as 100 Melissa W's. Thank you for the $10, saying that a Trump supporter made me cry the other night. I'm doing my best to support you so minds can be changed. I'm really sorry that they made you cry the other night. I hear that way too often. They fucking suck, bro. I'm sorry that happened. As well as Michael, thank you for the $5 over on Venmo. That is very kind of you. Once again, if you're watching and you want to support me, you can find my Venmo, my PayPal, and the link tree in my bio, or you can support me over on YouTube through the same thing, which is in the pinned comment. I'd also like to quickly thank Asher for the $20 super chat over on YouTube. Asher says, I want to say thank you for all that you do, and this is the only way I'm able to support you. Would you be willing to talk more about the rights of trans people now that the Orange Man has taken away the trans suicide hotline? Yes, the only thing that makes it difficult to talk about like trans rights is TikTok's very restrictive terms of service. We were free for a while because they weren't enforcing it, but now they're back to enforcing it hard. We start talking about the LGBTQ plus community, we start talking about trans people, TikTok bans us for hate speech. It is ridiculous. Welcome in, Don. Do you support Trump?
I used to.
Okay, that means that you don't.
I wanted to talk about the used to part.
Sorry, man. Unfortunately, we were just looking for people that still do this day. Moving on to the next guest. Here we go. Everybody, if you're in that queue, make sure you're MAGA. Moving on to Grace, guys. Please follow the rules. Somebody in the chat says TikTok is gross for that. No, I completely agree. It is gross. It is gross. Moving on to the next guest here, guys. We are really looking for one person to join up. It is so hard. Grace, hi. What's up? Do you support Trump?
Dean, I am so sorry. I was just tapping the screen. I will leave. I am so sorry.
No worries at all, Grace. I appreciate you for double tapping. Moving on to Fiva. Here we go, everyone. What's up, Fiva? Do you support Trump? Okay, I'll take that as a yes. Why so? Moving on to Eric Blanton. Okay, Eric Blanton is not connecting. Goodbye, Eric Blanton. Moving on to Sugar Sweet. Here we go, y'all. We have 13,000 people in the live stream right now, and we cannot find one person to debate. If, you know, anything speaks loudly to you about the state of this country or those that are in it, I hope the silence of Trump supporters and their inability to join up and debate, speaks very loudly. Cassandra, thank you for the 10 pounds over on Super Chat, saying, love what you're doing. Us Canadians do not want to be the 51st
Shut
state.
the fuck up, you stupid cunt.
Whoa.
What the fuck are you, you stupid dog lad, eh?
Whoa, how old are you?
Fuck you, care cunt.
Whoa. Okay, we have a very violent child. Very, very violent child. Goodbye. Goodbye, violent child. Moving on. Moving on. Here we go, everybody. Violent children. Hello, do you support Trump? Stephanie?
Whoops, I didn't mean to join. I was...
No worries, Stephanie. How about this? Let us know in the chat if you support Trump. We're going to pull you up that way compared to the queue. Honestly, I think the queue is just overrun by a lot of people.
It's cooked. I'm trying to like sift through it, but man.
It's pretty bad, bro. It's pretty bad. We're used to it here. Zena, thank you for the $5 on Venmo, saying if Trump was right next to you, what would be one thing that I'd say to Trump if he was standing right next to me? Well, if there wasn't cameras there, I wouldn't say anything to him. I wouldn't even talk to him. There'd be no point. But if there were cameras there, I'd grill him. I'd grill his ass. I wouldn't even waste my time or energy on it if there wasn't like cameras around, because he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck, dude. Like it's not about like I would never try to change Trump's mind. Like, are you kidding me? He doesn't give a fuck. It's about changing the mind of the people that support him. And I'd love to do that by absolutely grilling him. Oh, God. All right, everybody. We're going to get the next guest up in here. What's up, Henry? Do you support Trump?
Yep.
Age, please.
18.
18. What year are you born in?
2006.
Oh, what month?
June.
Okay, so why do you support Trump?
Can I bring up two topics, though, that we have that I wrote down on this piece of paper.
I mean, you can bring up anything that you want to debate that's relevant to why you support the president.
The 2025 so far, the past 6 months, I feel like everything that Biden has done has been fixed. The border crisis, and that's the main thing, the border crisis. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, we could talk about the border.
So what do you mean
I'd
by...
be 19. Sorry, and I was looking down at my phone. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't even looking at the chat. Appreciate you for texting me that, Santana. That's very kind of you. Moving on to the next guest, Koopy Poopy. We got Cooper Pooper loading up. Hello, Cooper Pooper. Do you support Trump? No. I'm getting pretty bored. I'm getting pretty bored.
You spend more time looking for people than actually debating.
Oh,
this is wild.
100%. 100%. Hey, what's up? Do you support Trump, Ellie? No. Cool. All right, moving on to the next guest, everyone. Getting pretty bored at this point. Moving on. Yeah, we even got people like, dude, unreal. Yo, Madeline! Thank you so much for the $50 on Venmo. Holy crap. What is Madeline? Madeline says, here is my MAGA grandma's birthday gift since I'm barred from their house for not allowing them to bully my child over nail polish. Oh, well, love it is going towards educating others like her. I'm so fucking sorry that you have to deal with grandparents like that. At the same time, fucking slay that you were able to block them out of your life. Good for you. I'm sorry that had to happen. But thank you for the $50 donation, Madeline. That is incredibly kind of you. Show some love to Madeline down below. Show some love to Madeline down below. Welcome in, Courtney. Go ahead and unmute that mic for me, then we can hop into a debate. Before we do that, Jennifer, thank you for the 10 Canadian dollars over on YouTube. Will you please talk about the issues pertaining to birthright citizenship? I would actually love to talk about the 14th Amendment, like right now. What's up, Courtney? Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
Okay, her connection was so bad. Moving on to the next guest right now, everybody. Hopefully this is it. Cheyenne, thank you for the $10 over on PayPal. I appreciate you for that love, Cheyenne. Everybody show some love to Cheyenne down below. Cheyenne says, thank you for being absolutely amazing. I used to be MAGA because I felt forced to because my entire family supports him. But then I found you and I started watching your lives and I realized how truly terrible he is. Dude, thank you so much for watching the lives. I appreciate you for being here. Everybody is spamming mods in the chat. We have a handful of mods on as well as myself. Oh, yep, there we go. And they're banned. Hey, what's going on? Do you support Trump?
Hello?
What time is it?
11.
All right, we need to go over the rules again, everybody. Let's lock in. Let's talk about the rules. Okay, everybody, if you are attempting to join this live stream, you have to be from America. You got to be. You have to be from America, okay? You also have to be at least 18, and you have to support Trump and being ready and willing to debate why. So at this point, the guest request is abysmal. I have no level of confidence that the people in it are Trump supporters because so many people have decided that they don't want to follow the rules, which is making the stream nearly impossible to do. So instead, we're going to start polling from the comment section. So if you happen to be one of the 10.2 thousand people watching and you're an American adult that supports Trump and you want to come up here and have a conversation with me and Santana, what I want you to do is I want you to put a MAGA with your age down below in the chat. Keep in mind the 3 rules are simple. You got to be from America. You got to be an American citizen. You have to be at least 18 years old and you have to support Trump and you got to be ready and willing to debate me. Now, if you are in the comment section spamming MAGA with your age and you are not following those rules, you would be very promptly and swiftly banned and barred from joining the live stream. Like, for instance, we see Ace on Sprite in the comment section. I'm sorry, I just got to call out this one person real quick. Hey, why are you spamming MAG in my comment section?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, I just wanted to say I love you, Dean. You're amazing.
I appreciate you for your kindness, bro. But like when I'm like setting up the rules, I'm asking you guys to please follow them. I appreciate you for your kindness, but please follow the rules. Hello, Marshall. Go ahead and unmute that mic for me, man. Hi, Marshall. How old are you? Okay, he wasn't here to debate. Okay.
I'm back.
Are we out of Trump supporters?
Wild.
I think we're out. There's just no more Trump supporters. Hey, what's up, Al? To you?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure can, man. Are you MAGA?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, why? How old are you?
I just wanted to say you're a fucking pussy and you fucking suck and yeah.
Okay, got to disconnect you because you were under the age of 18, but thank you for your feelings. We're going to move on to the next guest. We got Sammy loading up in the box. Here we go, everybody. In the future, direct all of your complaints to my assistant. We'll charge you $3 each way. Welcome. And do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
You're a Brit. What time is it?
Well, I'm British, so it is 11.
Holy shit, follow the rules.
Yeah, I don't really know what to do at this point, guys. I mean, I really appreciate everyone for joining.
Happening?
I really appreciate everyone for joining. If this continues on for like another 5 or 10 minutes, I'm gonna go to end the stream early today. Yo, Robbie, thank you so much for the Leon the Kitten. That is incredibly kind of you, Robbie. Thank you so much. Show some love to Robbie down below. Show some love to Robbie down below. That is incredibly kind of you. But as I was saying, if this goes on for another 5 or 10 minutes, I am gonna be ending the stream early today. So we'll be ending early. We'll be popping off. And you know, like I apologize for that, but I'm not going to sit here and waste my time on a bunch of trolls, unfortunately. I'm here to debate. If we can't find debates, I'm going to go somewhere else. So I just wanted to give you guys kind of that shout out, that warning. And once again, Robbie, thank you so much for all the love for the gifts in the galaxies and Faith Way of the Dinosaur. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Welcome in. Do you support Trump? McNeil? They're not here. Robbie with a third galaxy. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that big time. And yo, Charity, thank you so much for the $70 over on PayPal. Jeez, Charity. Wow, let's get 700 Charity W's down below. Charity says, we're from Alberta, Canada. We feel a small portion of what's going on here. Also, we have very loud Trump supporters in my town, and I really don't know why. We are not even American. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, like Canadian loud Trump supporters, not in America, but in Canada, will always perplex me. I'm so sorry that you have to feel that too. Holy crap. That's so unfair for you, especially because you're not even American. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Hey, how are you? Yep, I'd voted for Donald J. Trump.
Age, please.
32.
Great. Let me also quickly thank Brittany for the $25 donation over on Venmo. Let's get 300 Brittany W's down below. Thank you for the love, Brittany. Brittany says, I'm an elder millennial and a disabled Navy veteran. You give me hope, brah. Yo, Brittany, I appreciate you so much for your service. Thank you for your service. You are truly an American patriot. You're truly an American patriot. Thank you for the love, Brittany. And then JP with the $15 over on PayPal. I read your message there. I appreciate your kind words, JP. All the love to you. I remember you, man. Thank you for the love, JP. And take it away. Why do you support Trump?
Well, I do believe that it's a multi-pronged approach. So you always have to contextualize why you support something and look at the baseline assessments and build your way up. So right now, the same question could be asked across the political aisle, but to filter it towards this specific answer, I do believe that he is putting financial pressure on political opponents down the aisle. And I just think that if you look at the deficit and what we're looking for quality of life and infrastructure management and improvement, I find that a lot of the things that are practical are coming from his, tip of the aisle. So, and if you want to talk about anything specifically, I'd love to go into it.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Specifically, what's your favorite Trump policy?
Well, right now, he's putting Xi Jinping in a tough financial spot
So
where
imposing tariffs on China?
Right. So we're actually in the process of taking pieces of the Great Wall of China and partitioning them and putting them on top of Mexico.
That's not true.
And
what is this? Are you a troll?
Yep.
I'm 100% serious.
That's not what we're doing.
Well, I'd love to see where you disagree with me, and maybe we can find some
I disagree.
common ground.
I disagree with you. We are not taking the Great Wall of China and putting it between America and Mexico.
Well, I mean, you're entitled to that opinion. I'm not gonna override that freedom of liberty that you have to think that way. I'm just wondering what sources, because right now our conversations.
Listen, man, I'm going to be honest with you. I will not be able to give you a source that that's something that we are not doing. It is such a random, small, brand new conspiracy theory. Like, why the fuck would any institution, any media organization even be talking on or reporting on this thing? Like, would you be able to give me a source that Donald Trump didn't wear blue underwear yesterday?
I mean, I understand your plot and reservations to that statement, but it's not necessarily fallacious to state that there is a tough financial implication. They have too much wall, and we don't have enough of it. So if we could just relocate it here, the tourist income would offset our GDP by tenfold. And
No, man, no. Too bad. Too bad he's not doing that, right?
I mean, I think if you just, step away from the gray areas that are too polarizing and look at what really, really matters, it's really following the money trail. And I think that that's all.
Okay. I kept him up here for longer than I should just because we don't have a goddamn debate. Oh my God. Okay, we're going to move on to the next guest, Beth.
Can I thank a couple of people?
Yeah.
Cheryl, thank you for the 10. You're awesome. Witty Kitty, thank you for the 3. Kayla, thank you for the 5 over on YouTube. And KH, thank you for the 10 over on YouTube. You guys are awesome.
I will say, pretty funny troll. pretty funny troll. Very, very unique and creative troll. That was a very... I've never heard that one before. That was very creative.
Like he was there, and then when he went like too far, it was like, okay, all right.
Yeah. All right, we're going to move on to the next guest, guys. Go ahead and put a maggot down below in that chat with your age if you want to join up and debate with us insofar as why you support Trump. Anon, I appreciate you for that $100 donation over on
No,
PayPal.
I didn't mean to join. Oh my God, no. I'm so sorry.
No worries, Anon. I appreciate you for that $100 donation over on PayPal. Everybody, give it up to Anon down below in the chat. I really appreciate you so much. That is incredibly kind of you. Thank you, Anon. They say, anyways, pay the Discord mods. Well, we actually have a program that's already been frameworked, laid out, and ready to go. In fact, I think I just need to approve it, and then it'll go live. But basically, the plan is, Natalie, hi, give us 1 second. Plan for paying the Discord mods, admins, etc. Is that we are going to start running ads in the Discord for like good companies that are doing good things. And then all the proceeds generated from the ads are just going to go right back into the pockets of like the appropriate administration, moderation, etc.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's a good plan, right?
Holy smokes.
Yeah, I mean, like the Discord is big enough in order to do it. The Discord is big enough in order to do it. We got nearly like 20,000 people over there. And I mean, at the end of the day, like I don't run the Discord. I'm not in charge of like the organization structure and management of the 20,000 people in there. That's what the mods do. So obviously, like the monetization generated off of the ads, should go back to them. I mean, it's a really good way to have it be self-sustainable, and it's also a really good way to get people paid. Anyways, welcome in, Natalie. Do you support Trump?
You have my mic muted.
You're unmuted now. Hi, are you MAGA?
Yeah, I have a question for you because so I work in immigration law and I've listened to your debates before and I'm very confused on your immigration stance because of your support for Kamala, but then also your like conservative but libertarian views on immigration.
You could say I have more libertarian views on immigration. That's fair. Yeah, that's right.
Like, what
I don't
would
think
you
that
say
that's
that
conservative
is?
though.
They
Like
kind of
I think that like the libertarian views I hold on immigration would actually fall like left of the DNC. How old are you?
Right, 23.
23. Do you support Trump?
Yes, sure.
Okay. How about we start there? Why do you support Trump?
Wait, but I kind of just want to like talk about your views on immigration because like I know you
Okay, what do you want to
like,
talk about?
talk about
and actually, no,
this.
I'm sorry. Fuck no. No, it's not. We're going to debate. I haven't had a debate for an hour. You're either going to debate us on why you support Trump, or I'm going to kick you. So I'm being dead ass. I'm being dead ass, Natalie. I've not had a debate for 60 minutes. That's not an exaggeration.
Right,
That's not an assumption.
get
It's been
that.
60 minutes since I've had a debate. You're either going to debate us on why you support Trump, or I'm going to kick you off and move on to the next guest. What will it be?
Have someone else who's just gonna.
All right, see you later, Natalie. We're going to move on to the next guest, guys. Make sure if you're in that queue that you're at least 18 years old and you support Trump. I just looked at the clock. Seriously, we haven't had a debate for an hour. The last time we had a debate, the stream clock was at 45 minutes. The stream clock is now at an hour and 45 minutes. So we've gone on for exactly 60 minutes without a single debate. For the last 60 minutes, we've only been encountering trolls. We've only been encountering trolls. Welcome in. Do you support Trump? Okay, he's not here. Moving on to the next guest, guys. Going to put a mag with your age down below in that chat. I'll happily get you loaded in. We're going to move on here. Everyone, just going to give us a minute. We got job application joining right now. Hello, welcome in. Do you support Trump? Nope, they're not. Moving on to the next guest here. Everyone, give us a minute to get that next guest loaded up into the box. We're going to get that next guest in.
Oh, your guy World is back.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to him, bro. I mean, unless there's any other views that we got to go over.
No, fuck that guy.
Yeah. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
I did not mean to join. I'm so sorry.
No worries. Guys, we've been live for an hour with close to 14,000 viewers with not one debate. If you ever encounter a right winger that tells you it's the left that doesn't want to debate, like, I hope that this is evidence that they're wrong. I'm broadcasting live. We're broadcasting live to 14,000 humans. There's not one human in this crowd that wants to step up and tell us why they support the president. And I know it's like annoying, but at the same time, suffering from success, because what does that mean? That means that more people are turning away from the Trump cult, and those that are still in it know they're in the wrong and can't debate it. You know, suffering from success, genuinely. I frame it as a bad thing because it pisses me off, but it's actually not a bad thing. It's actually a pretty good thing. Welcome in, Mitch. Do you support Trump?
You're
How old are you?
18,
What year were you born in?
2005.
See, the only people that actually do support Trump that are like willing to join up are children. So how about the MAGA adults have a little bit more of a spine than the MAGA children? Sound good, everybody? Sound good? We're going to move on. Mike with the $2. Thank you for the $2. Thank you so much, Mike. Show some love to Mike down below. As well as Eduardo, thank you for the $10 over on PayPal. Thank you so much. And then Malia with the $5 on PayPal. And Big Crazy with the $10 on Super Chat. What's going on? Do you support Trump? All right, here. All right, guys. I'm going to let it run for another 5 minutes. If we can't find anybody to debate, I'll end. 5 minutes remaining. Hey, what's up? Do you support Trump?
No, I'm sorry. I pushed the wrong.
No worries, man.
Oh, hello?
What's up? Do you support Trump?
I think it's pretty impossible, honestly, to support Trump at this point.
Okay. What's up? You support Trump?
Hey, I do. You're so hot! You're so...
Hey, do you support Trump?
Hello? Yes.
How old are you?
I'm 19. I was born 2006, May 29th.
Okay, it sounds like you got some background noise there. Anything you could do to
Oh
reduce
yeah,
that
sorry, that's
background
my
noise?
fan. That's my fan, I'm so sorry.
Okay, great. Oh, okay. Oh.
Would it be okay if I ask a question first?
Yeah, for sure. But then let's hop into why you support Trump.
Alright, I've, like, every single person in, like, my family, especially the older ones, support Donald Trump, and I was just wondering kind of, like, why old people tend to support him, why, you know, like why they fall for the propaganda, because I'm not like entirely
You
sure
just said
which
fall for
side
the
I'm on.
propaganda. So
Yeah.
you think in order to support Trump, you have to fall for propaganda?
No, sorry, I don't know.
Okay, so
I just
why do you support Trump?
the thing is that I wanted to ask that question,
You
so I don't
don't want to debate about why you support Trump?
I don't actually support him. I just
Let us know if you're MAGA down below. I'll pull you up. I think that this is setting a new record.
Yeah. John Paul, thank you for the 15 to keep spreading the truth. You're awesome. I've been looking through the box. I've been looking through the chat. It is fucking, I don't understand how you do this.
Hey, Donkey, do you support Trump?
Yes, but no.
Do I hear somebody pissing in the background?
No. I'm playing a video game.
Oh, no worries. If you want to debate, do you mind like turning the TV volume off or something?
Yeah. Yeah, I will right now.
Okay, how old are you?
18.
Okay, what year were you born in?
2007.
Okay, so why do you support Trump?
I don't support on a majority of the things, but I did originally support some of his
So overall, do you consider
illegal.
yourself to be a Trump supporter?
No, but I'm also not.
If you're watching and you support the president, let us know down below in that chat. I'll pull you up. I'm going to try like one, maybe two more people. If we can't find anybody in the next person or two, I'm just going to end for the day. I wish that you guys...
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I wish that you guys...
Yo,
would follow
hello?
the rules. I really do. What's up, Sammy? Do
Hello?
you support Trump?
Hey, yeah, I do actually.
Okay, could you disconnect any Bluetooth device that you have connected to your phone, please?
That's my AirPods, so I just disconnect my AirPods.
Yeah, it'll sound a whole lot better.
How about now?
Sounds a load better. All right, take it away. Why do you support Trump as president?
I think compared to the last president we had, he has, he's more articulate. He's a better personality. He's more worth watching. And in general, the president really is just like for show, in my opinion. I don't think they hold as much power as we kind of give them.
Yeah, I don't think that Trump is more articulate than who he ran against, who was Kamala Harris. I think that suggesting that is a monstrosity. Not to mention that I don't think that a president should be chosen on their ability to articulate words. They should be chosen on their plans for the country.
That's a good point, but a lot of presidents have became president just solely based on their personality.
Okay, I agree. I think that that plays a large role in the mind of the average American, but that doesn't mean that it should, right? So if we're debating like the reasons that you have to support him, I'd say that's a really bad reason. So do you have any good reasons?
I mean, he's articulate. I would consider him a strong individual in terms of.
So you support him because he's a strong individual. What makes him a strong individual?
I mean, he's extremely rich and powerful.
So having a lot of money, so you just want an oligarchy.
Not necessarily. I don't think that's fair.
I think that is fair. You said that you support him to lead the country because he has a lot of money. That just means that you want an oligarchy. What's an oligarchy? It's a form of society in which the governing body is dictated or chosen based upon, the amount of wealth that they possess. It's where the richest among us lead us all. That's just the definition of what an oligarchy is. So I just want to clarify that you want an oligarchy.
I mean, I think if you're wanting to choose a president, you'd want someone who is powerful in terms of like knowing how to handle assets. And I mean, a country is a business at the end of the day.
So yes or no, do you want an oligarchy?
I really think that's like a distraction to my point. I'm not sure what an oligarchy would have to do with this.
Yes. Wow. Okay.
I mean, maybe I'm misunderstanding your point. I'm not sure.
The way that we understand, so like the textbook definition of an oligarchy is where a small group of people have control of a country, organization, or institution. Now, the way that we use this term colloquially, typically surrounded upon the fact where the people in society with the most power, wealth / money are the ones that are running the country. So when you tell us that you like Trump as president because he has a lot of money, you're just telling us that you want this like wealth-based oligarchy.
Yeah, you're kind of putting a negative connotation on why is that a bad thing?
Because it's a bad thing.
Well, we haven't even gotten there yet because you won't even like answer my question if that's what you want.
Yeah, you kind of the way you painted that, it made it sound like a negative thing. Sure,
I just defined it. It's like, do you want like the richest Americans to be running the country?
That's a great question. I think, to be fair, but I think